Hey everyone. There. Hello. Hey Lou. Hello Apple. And Louie and Walter. How are y'all? Happy Friday. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate it. Hey Robert. I hope you've had a good week. Hi. Hello Destiny. Hello Pup. Hey Bree. How are ya? Hello. Hey Miguel. Hello right hand. Hi. What's up, Joe? Hello Melly. Hello Paul. Hello Squirrel. Hello Emerson. I am. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bree. What's happening? We are going to talk about the A Night of the Seven Kingdoms finale, and then we're going to talk about the leaks for House of the Dragon Season 3. I am so glad. We don't recognize JoJo Siwa, though. We're in Westeros. It is what it is. Not that that's not random as hell, though. So there's that. We're going to talk about the finale first, and then we'll get into the supposed leaks. Hello, Dwayne, which that's going to be pretty funny. And then whatever else anybody wants to talk about, obviously. Oof. It's a hot topic. Get it? Good evening, David. Oh, yeah, Jay. Love that for us so much. Hello, Jessica. Hey, Foxies. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Foxy. Did you? You saw what I did there? Thank you, Bree. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. It's a new dress. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Bree. Hey, Capricorn. Thank you, Foxies. Hello, Avos. How are you? Hey, Susie. Hello, book lovers. Hey, everyone. All right. So, let me do the things. I'm getting better at this. There we go. Darn. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the finale. Right. And just in case you didn't know, the series, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, hey Maddie, is based off, very closely based off this book, also called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. This is a collection of the 3 novellas that are commonly called Dunk and Egg. First are Duncan the Tall, and Egg is Aegon. Thank you, Brie. And you get all 3 in this very, very pretty book, which I own. And you also get this. Just in case you wondered how faithful the adaptation is. Hey, Golden. Look at this. Do you see Egg right there? And there's Dunk. Thank you, Blackbird. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, guys. And the illustrations in this book are by Gary Gianni. He's done some other illustrations for A Song of Ice and Fire. I have another one of his books over there. Yes, the illustrations are great. The thing is, like, I don't know if people fully understand, like, how epic the casting is. And, I mean, like, this was done, like, years ago. Isn't that great? A lot of people are asking about this. The long hair. And funny enough, they actually came out and said in season 2, Dunk will have his long hair. And people were very pleased with that. This is like, I believe... Yeah, he's already gotten his shield in this scene. They're at the tourney. Isn't that great? Yes, he's going to have his long hair. Thank you for the follow. Just in case you don't know, of course, people don't have to know everything to be here. Taking place nearly a century before the events of A Game of Thrones, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms compiles the first 3 official prequel novellas to George R. R. Martin's ongoing masterwork, A Song of Ice and Fire. So this book has all 3 of those in there. And what's really incredible is that how little was changed from the book to the screen, which makes us very happy. Thank you, Blackbird. And the biggest difference, the flashback was added, which I did not mind that. And we get more time with some characters. Like a fan favorite is obviously Lionel Baratheon. Now, if you read the story, you're not getting that Lionel. That was something that they decided to do for the show that it went really well. And I noticed something. They knew he was going to be popular because Lionel's the only one that got a Funko other than Egg. And you have Dunk. Hey, Alan. So I thought that was really cute that they knew. I mean, I'm sure. Hey, Chris. I'm sure they had a pretty good idea. People were going to be a pretty big fan of Lionel Baratheon. I think he was even more popular than they expected. Hi. And if you just came in, the show, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, we just had the season 1 finale, and there are 3 novellas. And they're all included in this book. It's a really pretty book. I was going to show you guys some of the illustrations. There's reasons why everybody was so incredibly happy with the casting and when they saw the series. It's because it's a very faithful adaptation. None of the important things were left out. And the things that were added just made the story more colorful. Unlike other things. Jonathan, yes, I'm Game of Thrones. This is a prequel series that just came out. We just got season 1 of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. And then after we talk about this, we're talking about House of the Dragon because we got a episode by episode leaks that they might be real, they might not be real. And that's what we're going to talk about. So... yes, it's everything A Song of Ice and Fire, which are the books that Game of Thrones was at first based on. And then 2 roads diverged in a narrow wood. Oh, you know what? I'm going to start saying that. No, you're right. Why are you apologizing, Jonathan? You don't have to know everything about this. That's why we're talking about it. And yes, this is the throne. We don't do a green screen here. We're authentic. Yes, this is the Iron Throne. Hey, Hickman, how are you? Thank you for your support. Oh my God, I love that. Alan, you're the best. It's like kindergarten, my teacher had a crush. Hey, I love that. I love it. I'll take it. I don't get all dressed up and have the lighting and everything so people don't think I'm cute. You know what I mean? Thank you, Hickman. Hello, Vanessa. How are you? Hey, Thea. Thank you, Blackbird. And hello, Cheesy Crush. That's just diabolical. Brie. So, specifically, Brie. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. What was, like, and obviously anybody can tell me this. What were some of your favorite things about the finale? Or if you didn't like something, feel free to say that. It got a pretty good rating. I liked it very much. Obviously, it wasn't like as shocking as episode 5, but it was a good episode. It was very good. Because what I thought was really interesting was the fact Lionel says some pretty interesting things to Dunk. Dunk looks like hell in the finale. He can only see out of one eye. The whole Maester scene was absolutely hilarious to me. I mean, like, the Maester's basically telling him, like, I can't do anything, you know, this is it, like, I can't help him. And basically saying he's gonna expire. And Lionel's like, get out of here, he's a shit Maester anyway, don't listen to him. It's just so funny. And the Maester's like, yes. It like runs off, he scurries off. That was great. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Maesters. That was hilarious. It's like, he's a shit Maester anyway. It's like, damn. All right. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Oh, God, Jess. Thank you. I didn't see that. That's funny. Yeah, and he says that Storm's End is, he says it's boring. So Lionel wants Dunk to come there. Oh, it's very interesting. It's really good. It's got an epic battle scene. Epic. And everything else is funny and colorful and it's just an enjoyable show. You don't have to know anything about Game of Thrones to enjoy A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's not required, which is another good thing. So he's basically talking to poor, pitiful Dunk, who's in rough shape, but he made it. And he's like, come with me to Storm's End. It's boring. We can go hawking. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that. Thank you, David. Hey, Smash. And Dunk feels, he's feeling pitiful. He's feeling very pitiful, which is understandable. He has a massive amount of guilt for what happened to Baelor, which is really understandable. Hi. And he's struggling because it's the trial of 7 against 7, and that's not just a number. It is it came from the Andals, and it's because of their god has like 7 parts. It's kind of based on Catholicism, right? Now, Dunk, I wouldn't call Dunk like super religious, but he's aware, obviously, of the 7, and he's very puzzled. And he's having, like, thank you, Brie, he's having a lot of thoughts and doubt, because what he can't understand is if this was a trial of 7, and, you know, and you have the 7 watching, why would a prince like Baelor pass away and Dunk be saved? That's what he can't figure out. Because, just a little side note, in a really cool interview with George R. R. Martin, who wrote this, they asked him, what is an event in history that completely changed the timeline for the future? And he actually, and this was a couple years ago at least, this is a while back, he said the death of Baelor, Breakspear, Targaryen. That changed history forever. So we actually saw a very significant event, because Baelor was going to be a really, really, really good king. And the thing is, if you don't have Baelor, then you don't get what comes after. And I don't want to spoil too much, but you don't end up with Ares, if that makes sense. Right? Well, you can just wonder in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up quicker. Asshat. I actually just wanted to say that to him. Anyway, so now look, They're just gross. They don't have any female contact, so they're nasty. Y'all, you have no idea how difficult it is to like try to be serious on a live stream when there's so many disgusting people. Like, if y'all saw the messages I get, honestly, I should screenshot the messages and make it content. Thank you, Johnny. So, without the passing of Baelor, then you don't get everything that happens after that. And then you end up with Aerys, also known as the Mad King, which is Daenerys' father. One of my family members and his dragon had it made for me. So, it's one of a kind. It was made for me. So, anyway, I thought you might find that interesting. Thank you. So, sadly, we have Baelor. What else I was going to bring up is Lionel. Wait, is it Lionel, I think? Says something about a roast, and like as soon as roast is said, it goes to Baelor's funeral pyre, and it's like, damn, that's kind of savage. So, Dunk is struggling, and he tells Lionel, like, I can't go with you. I don't know, like, why I even made it. Right. It's like, what does he say? Like, we could have a roast or something? And then it's like, there's Baelor. It's like, damn. Thank you, Alimony. I appreciate that. A Targaryen funeral is a pyre. They're burned. Now, some people wonder if that could have something to do with the others. That's a theory that's brought up quite a lot, because if you've watched Game of Thrones or read anything about it, the people beyond the wall, the wildlings or the free folk, that's what they do. And we know why they do. We'll go after the roast, talking about leave it after the funeral. There you go. I think I was a bit sad about Baelor. So, but I did appreciate him. Thank you for the follow. So, I mean, but you could just say, look, you know, the Targaryens are always associated with fire, so maybe that's why. But it is interesting. Hey, Bear Down. It's interesting that you have different groups of people and they do not bury their dead, they burn them. And I'm quite certain there is a reason for all of that. Especially after, I would say after you've seen what the people north of the wall have seen. Aw, thank you. Hey, Matt, how are you? So, thank you. Yeah, yes. Very much. That, yeah. Ashes can't be resurrected into some weird thing. Creepy thing. I'm great. Thank you for asking. If you just came in, we're talking about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which we just saw the season 1 finale a few days ago, and this is the book it is based on. This is actually all 3 stories of Sir Duncan the Tall and Aegon Targaryen. So, and I have it. It's a really good book. So a lot of people were very impressed with Egg's outfit for the funeral. I will admit it is one of my favorites. He looked absolutely fantastic. The hat was perfect. Thank you, Matt. And he looked really good. A lot of people have, yes, it was very stylish. A lot of people have been very pleased with the costumes in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, more so than House of the Dragon, and I agree. I actually saw a post that, thank you, Pat. I actually saw a post that had pictures of the Targaryens in House of the Dragon, and then had pictures of the Targaryens in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and they're like, wait a minute, isn't House of the Dragon supposed to be House Targaryen doing really well? And then A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, like, you know, that's after the Civil War. Why do they look better? Because the costume designer's better. And because, hell, who knows? The costume designer might have asked George some questions. And the thing is, if you're a Targaryen, you're going to wear black and red, man. I don't know why House of the Dragon has all those drab colors and cream and stuff. I have no idea. But it's just a very strange thing. But the costume designer for A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is great. But the thing is, like, I love Michelle Clapton, who's the costume designer of Game of Thrones. She follows me on social media. Anyway, so she set the bar really high. So I think that's why the costumes in House of the Dragon bother me so much. Because Michelle did such a great job. But I will say this. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms has not disappointed. Everyone loves, absolutely loves, what Lionel wears and his armor. The Kingsguard armor looks better. A lot of people were a big fan of Aryen's outfit. His outfit and his armor and his horse's armor was really cool. So, and then the funeral attire of the Targaryen family. Everyone looked like a Targaryen. Black and red. I know. It's so difficult to imagine. Yes. Everything also plays into each other. Clothes, armor, even the horses. Yes. Brie is correct. She's very knowledgeable. Hell, Beesbury looked great. I mean, he kind of had the whole bee honey theme going for him. Everybody looked really good. Everyone did. Which that's what you want. You want people like, because I mean, for whatever reason, House of the Dragon doesn't do this, but people are very proud if they're in a noble house, as I'm sure you can imagine. So their clothing is going to represent that a lot, because they're not going to want to walk around and people not know that this is so-and-so of house so-and-so. That's a big deal. That's celebrity for you. And it's not like anybody can like go on a screen and see somebody. So how's somebody going to know? They're going to be like Lionel and have giant antlers on the crown, right? Circlet, whatever you'd like to call it. Horny Lionel. He had a lot of antlers. And we love him for that. Exactly. So that means outfit. That means also tent. Tents are going to be the house colors, all of it. Because you're letting people know who you are. And you're supposed to. Right? So then we have funeral. And I did see something. I saw a couple people post online that they thought that Maekar did that to Baelor on purpose. He did not. He did not. Absolutely did not. There's no question. It is documented that Maekar mourned his brother horribly. And like that day every year was like a day of mourning. He did not. Like, I don't know where anybody got that from. You would just go, hey, I love that, Brie. I love it. I didn't even know that, but that's so perfect. And that, exactly. Yeah, Brie, I was really surprised I saw that so many times. If you just came in, we're talking about A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. This is the book it is based on. Absolutely. Maekar did not mean to do that to his brother. Hello. I don't know why some people thought that. Maybe they're used to House of the Dragons when the Targaryens are mean to each other, and maybe they think that's all there is, but no. There was an active rebellion prior to what happens in this season. And Baelor and Maekar are actually the warriors. They have other brothers. There's like 2 brothers in between them that you don't even hear anything about because they're not warriors. Baelor and Maekar are. And in the Blackfire Rebellion, they were known as the Hammer and the Anvil. Like, Baelor was the hammer and Maekar was the anvil, because Maekar would make a shield wall and they would stay. And then Baelor would get behind with his army and push them. Hammer, anvil. I mean, like, they were close. So there's absolutely no doubt he did not mean to do that. Actually, I think, Bree, tell me if I'm wrong, I think in the battle scene, I think when he possibly hits Baelor in the back of the head, I think he's actually looking at Aerion getting his ass kicked. I think that's it. Because, like, there's more than one time that Maekar is, like, he's looking. Because you got to remember, he's got 2 sons in it. Okay, that's what I thought, Brie. Which I love that. And I want to emphasize that. But before and during, like, Daeron is the one that was, he's a dragon dreamer. And he's the one that was like, you don't have to worry about me. Thank you, Steven. Hit me one time and I'll be down and out. Okay, well, we know that. We know he's fine. He's just pretending to be passed out. Maekar doesn't know that. So Maekar's wife passed away. And I don't believe we're told specifically why. It's likely complications for after childbirth. Because it doesn't say she passed during. So it's probably after. So, and he was very much in love with his wife. And, you know, obviously he's very concerned about his children. And it doesn't matter if Daeron's a drunk and Aerion's an asshole. Those are his sons. So what Maekar sees is Daeron, like, in the mud. And he doesn't know he's not dead. We do, but he doesn't. And then, so he's got one just laying out, looks dead, and then the other one is getting the mess beat out of him. Rightly so, but still. And he's stressed. Okay, so we're not told in the story exactly how that happened because Maekar doesn't remember. And he doesn't remember the blow that took out his brother. He doesn't remember it. And the thing is, the show did something really cool and made him distracted checking on his son. Which that makes sense. Because even though, like, they're fighting, it's a real fight, dealing him a really powerful blow to the back of the head is probably not anything he was thinking to do. He damn sure wasn't thinking about the armor, and that is the real cause of Baelor's death. He's wearing his son's armor, which the dialogue between Dunk and Baelor's son, that was a very well acted scene. It was heartbreaking. Yes. Yep. Yes, yep. So Aerion's screaming and the guys they're literally holding Maekar back because he wants to go to his son. He was desperate, yeah. That's it, yep. That's why, like, I've been doing some content about Maekar being Mr. Mom, and the fandom has kind of been amused quite a bit about that. It's because he has so many kids and his wife passed away, and the man is just stressed. Hell, when we meet him, he's stressed. He's stressed because he doesn't know where Daeron and Egg are. Yes. The emotion. Yes. Definitely. Like, I mean, like, he says Valar is Baelor's son, and he's like, how many sons died in their father's armor? Probably quite a few. How many fathers died in their sons? And he feels so bad. And the thing is, Baelor didn't bring any armor. He didn't think he would be in the list or doing any jousting or anything at the tourney. So he borrows his son's armor. His son is smaller than him. The helm is a little too tight. So when he gets hit, there's no room. So that's what did it. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's tragic, and it's meant to be. That's why I was saying that I see some parallels in Rhaegar and Baelor that I didn't necessarily see before. You know, the king that almost was and would have been a damn good one. I think that's a parallel on purpose, to be honest with you. So that was a really, really well acted scene. Like, for somebody that didn't have that much screen time, he did a really good job. I enjoyed that a lot. And no, it's his brother. It's a trial of 7, so 7 against 7, and Baelor is on Dunk's side because Baelor is a good guy, and Dunk was protecting an innocent person. It's a really good scene. It really is, when Baelor announces that he's going to fight for Dunk, and his brother accidentally hits him in the back of the head because he's looking at his son. And guys, it's heartbreaking. I sobbed. You can ask Chris. Baelor's helm is tight because he's wearing his son's helm, and he goes in to talk to Dunk, and he's fine. And then he kind of staggers. Thank you, Batman. And something's definitely wrong. And he says his fingers feel like wood. And our boy Raymond Fossaway is there. And he looks and he's like, oh my God. You can see it on his face. The only thing holding Baelor's head together is the helm. When the helm's taken off, part of the back of his head falls off. And he even touches it. Like, it's really, really sad. Yeah. And he was, yes, what Bree said. One of the last sentences he says is praising his brother. He's like, he's a really good fighter. He loves his brother. And that was the only thing keeping him alive. Yep, he's strong and smiling right there. I was sobbing, even though I knew it was going to happen. And then I sobbed even more when Dunk is over there cradling Baelor and just saying, I'm sorry, over and over again. I was just like, oh, God. I couldn't have asked for a better adaptation. I couldn't have asked for better acting, the music, the cinematography. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Yeah, Brie, it was. It was because, like, as sad as we imagined it, like, we're seeing it and hearing it. It's like, geez. And then, really good. Brie, I don't know if you noticed this. Thank you, Jay. But, so Dunk is talking to Maekar. And Maekar offers Dunk a really damn good deal. So, if you're the heir, okay, obviously if you're the king, you're in King's Landing, right? If you're the heir, you're at Dragonstone. And then next in line most of the time, Summerhall. Okay? Of course, that's not occurring during Game of Thrones, but at this point in time. So Maekar, hello, Dracarys. So Maekar's at Summerhall. So he tells Dunk, Egg won't squire for anyone but you. Come with me to Summerhall. And I really love the scene because, and Brie, I want to know your opinion on this. I think Maekar knows Dunk is a sworn knight because he's like, he kind of pauses and then he's like, Sir Arlen taught you well, but there are still things that you need to learn. And I have a feeling he knows. I don't know how, but I just have a feeling that was almost like I think there might have been a step that was skipped and we can handle that. I felt like it was that. Yes, Rob. God, yes. It's so good. Yes, it's worth it. Okay, Brie, I thought so too. That's why I wanted to know your opinion. Um, yes, for the love of God, please watch A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And the book is so good. Like, this book has 3 novellas, and the first novella is season 1. Thank you, Daniel. Season 1 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is the first story. Season 2 will be the second, and then the third. Thank you, Daniel. And all 3 are in. This is a really great book. It's very easy to read, and you don't need to know any history of anything to understand it. It's just a good story. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Rob. Game of Thrones is in a very big world, and there's a lot of political turmoil. And then obviously there are dragons. This story it's smaller, but it doesn't take away from how incredibly detailed and interesting and well written. So if you think about the world of Ice and Fire and that seems a bit overwhelming, this is not. This is not overwhelming. He's a hedge knight and he's a squire. He just happens to have a famous last name. It's really great. So, and there are no dragons. I mean, you know, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, Maekar offers Dunk a really, really sweet deal. Come to Summerhall, and Egg will be your squire, and we'll basically teach you everything that you don't know. And he says no. He tells him no. Almost, okay. Almost anyone would have said yes to that. Because Maekar's like, come on, man. It's Maekar Targaryen. It's Summerhall. Like, Dunk's excited when they have enough coin to get a meal and not eat the damn hard salt beef. And he could be at Summerhall. Like, that's like winning the lottery. Pretty much, right? And he says no. He says he's done with princes. It's the guilt. The thing about Dunk, and the reason so many people love him so much, is that Dunk is honest, and he couldn't be arrogant if he wanted to. He is the most humble person. He's a good person. And at that point in time, he feels so guilty about what's happened because he has the guilt of Baelor, but also Beesbury and Harding, both gone. He feels horribly, horribly guilty. The people that fought for him, if they didn't die, they're injured. He feels awful, absolutely awful. So when Maekar offers him this, he doesn't feel like he deserves it. And he tells him no. Which I'm sure Maekar was probably flabbergasted. Most people don't say no to that. But he feels absolutely terrible. And it's exactly what you would expect him to do. But at the same time, it's almost like, I wonder what would have happened if he did. But no, then we wouldn't have gotten more of these stories. It would have just been him at Summerhall. It does speak on his character so much, yes. That's why so many people were so happy when we found out that these novellas, which all 3 are in this book, are going to be adapted. And then we were leery. Because we have a right to be leery. Because the end of Game of Thrones and then season 2 of House of the Dragon has made us a very leery fandom. Very. So, and also a fandom at war with the fandom of Breaking Bad. Still. Which we did not start that one at all. But last I checked, their episode that was 10 out of 10 is now at 9.6, which is what they did to ours. So we'll see how long that keeps going. Anyway, this is all 3 novellas, and it's a really beautiful copy. There's really good illustrations throughout the book. It's really pretty. Everybody loves these. Funny enough, little side note, and there's somebody with an egg. The audiobooks of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms are read by actually the actor that played Daenerys' brother. Hey, Chevy. Harry Lloyd. What are you talking about? What dude? Oh, Jesus. Are you asking about season 8? It was the horrible writing. Are you really asking about Daenerys and King's Landing? Are you serious? It was really bad writing. The author, George R. R. Martin, who wrote this and A Song of Ice and Fire, has said that his characters don't have the ending the show had. That was just 2 dumb men that just wanted to hurry up and get to Star Wars. No. For the rest of my life, I will be asked about King's Landing. I will be in a nursing home. Somebody's going to ask me why I burned King's Landing. It's been years, and I'm still asked of why I burned King's Landing. Yeah. I'd rather be asked where my dragons are, I'll be honest with you. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of it. It was necessary. Anyway, so we covered the fact that Maekar definitely didn't do that on purpose. So later on, Raymond Fossaway has become a huge favorite of a lot of people, which rightly so. He's great. Dunk has 3 horses, and Sweetfoot is the white horse that Sir Arlen rode, and Dunk is gutted. Like you actually feel it more in the book because obviously it's his POV, and he has to sell Sweetfoot so he can enter the list, but he loves his horses. It's just another thing about Dunk that we love, right? And Raymond Fossaway bought Sweetfoot back to give back to Dunk, and like as if we didn't already like him enough. Yes, his Sweetfoot is so sweet and pretty. Those horses were beautiful. I said that to Chris when we were watching it. I was like, these horses are stunning. Like, you can ask him. I was like, oh my, I was so impressed. And then Thunder, hey Chris. Thunder with the nodding, like, yep. Very nice, huh? Yep. So Sweetfoot's the white one that ends up with Raymond. And then Thunder is, that's your battle horse. That's your tourney horse. Chestnut is a bit more calm and, oh, thank you. Thanks. That's who Egg eventually rides at the end. Thank you, Bear Down. I appreciate it. So I don't know. The horses were just, and we'll see more of Chestnut. Chestnut didn't get a lot of time, but we'll see more of Chestnut in the next season because that's who Egg is on. So Raven Fossaway, thank you, Hunt, has Sweetfoot, and Dunk is so happy. And Dunk does such an incredibly sweet, selfless thing. He's like, no, she's not mine anymore. Because, and you have to remember, that's Sir Arlen's horse. He gives Sweetfoot to Fossaway. And because he knows, like, at that point, like, he's unsure where he's gonna go, and it kind of difficult to get around with 3 horses. 2, yeah, but 3 for one person. And he wants the best for Sweetfoot. And if you notice, and this is in the book too, Dunk always wants to give Sweetfoot an apple. Most horses like apples. Well, Fossaway, he's an apple. He's a green apple now. And of course he has one. Takes a bite and then gives it to Sweetfoot. So Dunk knows that Sweetfoot will be happy for the rest of her life. Yes, green apple Fossaway feeds Sweetfoot a green apple. And it's very sweet. Hey, Graham. Yes, we love him. All right, another scene that is it's show only, but it's absolutely fantastic. You may know I have done some scenes as she was known as Red. She is I prefer to call her a tourney opportunist. She's a lady of the evening, right? I'm glad you love Lord of the Rings. I would say damn near every fantasy writer is influenced by Lord of the Rings. That's cool. So anyway, Red. I kind of wondered if we would get an ending for her because she was seen quite a bit in the series. I didn't know it'd be that damn good. I'll be honest with you. God bless Raven Fossaway. So Dunk is talking to him, and there she is. And he explains, well, I needed somebody to help me get my armor off, and I don't have a squire. So bless his heart. And of course she was there to help. Love her. And they had a tender moment. Yeah. And he's like, well, I got her pregnant. So he married her. She rubs her stomach and says that feels like a boy. The look on Dunk's face is absolutely priceless. Priceless. Because Dunk knows. She's kind of a camp follower. Smart lady though. And honestly, I don't think she has anything but kind intentions for Raymond. I really don't. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's a Dondarrion baby. But, okay, here's the thing. Yes, even with the swollen eye, he was like, and she's just like, so, she is Rowan Fossaway. She's no longer Red. They're married. And I will tell you this, because a lot of people were very fond of that and wanted to know if they are fine. But well, they're not in the book. This is like it's like a beautiful Christmas tree and then you put extra lights on it. That's what the show is. So we got extra lights. She's an extra light on the Christmas tree. And okay, in A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, Marjorie Tyrell, one of her ladies is a Fossaway, a green apple Fossaway. So from that, we know that the green apple Fossaways are fine. So they likely had a very, very beautiful green apple life with probably many children, because she's probably pretty good at getting him interested in making them, if I had to guess. She's quite beautiful. So, yes, I would say they're fine, because a couple people asked me. So, yes. If one of your ladies is with Marjorie Tyrell, I would say your house is doing fine. Yes, funny enough, I did. There's one other. Yeah, of course you can tag me. You don't have to ask. Prank Ranger, yeah. Yes. You don't have to ask that. Yes, the shield's beautiful too. Bear down. Funny that you say that. There's more than one time you hear crows, and when I was watching it with Chris, there were crows, and I said, "There goes Bran." Creepy ass. See? That's what I said. I said, "There goes Bran's creepy ass." See? That's what I said. Yep. Like, nah, it's creepy Bran. If the crows are making noise, it's creepy Bran. Yes. Bran is the one pushed out the window. Bran the broken. Yep. Bran the boring, as we like to call him. We're not huge fans of show Bran. Not the actor. The actor's fine. He did whatever he could with what he had to work with. But yeah, I did hear the crows because that's what I said. Yeah, true. So this whole time, you know, he's thinking or whatever, and he tells Maekar, yeah, I'll take him as squire, but we're not going to go to Summerhall. He is going to eat hard salt beef and sleep under trees and, you know, really rough it. And then Maekar's like, no, hell no. He's a Targaryen. No. Which you would expect him to say. That makes sense. And then a little while later, Dunk's gonna leave, and then there he is. Sir. And then it's like, oh, that's so nice. Yes, he is a perfect Maekar, I agree. Right. Because from Dunk's point of view, he sees Baelor and Maekar, but he also sees Aerion. And Aerion's not a good person. So, to Dunk, it's like, okay, well, if he roughs it, he's got a better chance at, you know, being realistic. So there's Egg. He's very happy. And he's like, yeah, I'm here to be your squire. And really cool scene because you have Dunk on Thunder and then you have Egg on Chestnut. And then some people thought Sir Arlen is on Sweetfoot and then takes a left. Some people thought that Sir Arlen faked his death. No, he didn't fake his death. It's symbolism. Right. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so people thought he faked his death. I saw that and I was like, you know what? Damn. Like, I want to give people the benefit of a doubt, but like at the same time, I'm like, by the way, we're talking about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is a great show. We just had the first season, and this book is all three. It'll be all 3 seasons of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. There's 3 novellas in this book. It's a very good book. Very good. So, no, that he didn't fake his death. That was symbolism of Sir Arlen going on to whatever realm. And Dunk is now the knight and Egg is the squire instead of Sir Arlen being the knight and Dunk being the squire. Hello. Yes, it is I. The rumor of my demise has been greatly exaggerated. I've actually been here the whole time. Well, at least for the last 3.5 years. Yes. He's gone to the realm of the long night. That is correct. Yeah, that one got me there. I can't believe he faked his own death. No, he didn't fake his own death. It's symbolism, damn it. Alright, so, all of that, that's absolutely disgusting, and that's a show-only thing. If you had any intelligence, you would know that in the books, it's consensual. You can just die in a fire. Die. Thank you. Daenerys and Khal Drogo's first night together is consensual in the books. Just please know that. That's another one I get tired of. I don't know how George does it. I don't know how Amelia does it, and I don't know how Kit does it. For the love of God, can you imagine? I've been asked the same stuff over and over again for years. Can you imagine how much they're asked the same stuff? If I ever get the chance to meet any of them, I'm going to offer them Advil, is what I'm going to do. And they're going to look at me funny, and I'm going to go, I've answered the same 5 questions so many times. I would like to know how you're still sane. Graham, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard when I'm trying to make a point and they do it. You know what? Jesus says shut up. He can speak for himself. He doesn't need you yapping on TikTok. If you have so much faith in your God, why do you feel the need to pour it into live streams? Shouldn't people find it out for themselves? I did make a valid point. What's with all the Jesus stuff lately? Have you noticed that? Yeah, but it's getting more. Are they worried about the aliens? Is that what it is? Because God knows if we show proof of aliens, they're going to think it's demons. Oh, God. Look, the only politics we talk about in here are of Westeros. The only religions we talk about are usually Westeros. Thank you, Alan. And I do like, throw that on. If your God is so powerful, then why do you feel the need to spam it in chats? I mean, I am Azor Ahai. Anyway, so the last scene we're left with in the finale of Night of the Seven Kingdoms is poor Maekar wondering where the F his son is. No, Egg did not have permission to go with Donk. He did not. I'm quite certain Maekar probably quickly figures out where he's gone, but what direction? Who knows? And he's gonna be pretty angry. How did I feel about that? I prefer Maekar thinking about it and because it mirrors young Griff a bit. Like, how are you going to make a really good ruler? Well, they need to walk. They don't need to always be on a horse or in some sort of position of wealth and luxury at all times. I mean, that's the whole thing that's supposed to be about Fagon. Yet another Aegon is he knows how to fish. He knows what it feels like to be hungry. Parallel. It's that. I prefer that for the story because it shows that Maekar looks at Aerion and Daeron and is like, but I do understand why they did it like that for the show with him not giving permission, because it was very funny. And at the end of the day, what I think is really important for Ira Parker, the showrunner, and also George R.R. Martin, is they want this story, they want people to walk away with a smile on their face, which I think is very important because of so many people that were so hurt by the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones and also season 2 of House of the Dragon. I think they wanted a funny scene at the very end because have we gotten that really before? No. I think it's a bit of, you know what? They've been sleeping in the dirt. Let's give them some straw. Maybe without fleas. Graham, you're not the only one. So, and this is in the book. Maekar does send Aaron to Lys. No, you didn't. It was fine. I mean, Rocky, tell me I'm wrong. We've been sleeping in the dirt. And I hadn't even gotten into, in a minute, we're going to pivot. And we're going to talk about the leaks for good old House of the Dragon. Yeah. You want to talk about dirt? I got all dirt. That's mud. It's poop. So, anyway. I don't really hide my opinions too much. This has been adapted beautifully. And even, hello Spock, even the changes were fine. Thank you, Spock. You have changes when it's an adaptation, obviously. And I am not bothered by any. At all. I do know a couple things. Beesbury had 2 or 3 scenes and they had to be cut because of timing. I was talking to Chris before the stream, and you know, the guy that spits, that was basically asking Dunk, they were gonna rig the tourney, the joust. We never see the outcome of that, which obviously, you know, would have been, yes, Brie. It was obviously going to be Dunk being like, no. I have a feeling that was probably filmed and had to be cut due to timing. Because it feels like that should have had at least one scene. Because it would have been Dunk being like, look, no. Mm-mm. Because he wanted, it was Lord Ashford's son, I believe. Which it was weird because Chris and I talked about it. We talk about all of this on the podcast. It would have made more sense if the guy was asking Dunk to fall, because it would have made Ashford look like a badass because Dunk is so big. But they were asking him to knock him down, so that. But I do feel like there was a scene. Thank you, Ben. I do feel like there was a scene probably cut where Dunk's like, "Nah, I'm not doing it," because you could already tell he didn't want to. Yeah, the underdog bet that. So, and I'm sorry, I don't remember that guy's name. I just know he's the guy that spits and it's gross, right? Chris hated it. He. For somebody that is unbothered by a lot of stuff, that guy coughing up and spitting in something bothered Chris a lot. It was actually surprising because he is so unbothered. But that bothered him so much. It was in the trailer and it happened in the episode, and he was like, well, thank God, because that's the one from the trailer, so hopefully he won't do it again. And the guy comes back and does it again, and he's like, like, that's one of the, okay, that guy spitting bothered Chris, and then, the only other thing that I know that actually really, really bothered him was, blood and cheese and the weirdness of Lara Strong. So I think we can pivot at this point. Blood and cheese pissed him off so bad, I was entertained. All right, we're gonna pivot. Hold on. Look at me doing the things. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now pivoting from A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms to Fire and Blood. All right. As it says here, it says the inspiration for the HBO original series House of the Dragon. I guess you could say inspiration, sort of. Here it is. This is a really good price. It's $9.99. All right, this is not just House of the Dragon. Like, this is what, 300 years, I think, of Targaryen history? So, House of the Dragon is about the Targaryen Civil War that is the Dance of Dragons. That's only a part of this book. Okay? Like, if you have heard about Aegon the Conqueror and you're curious, here you go. For the bargain price of $9.99, you can get a lot of Targaryen information. Now, and you also get illustrations. Really good illustrations, might I add. I have the hardback and the paperback of Fire and Blood. The hardbacks I usually keep on the shelf. The paperbacks are for highlighting and tabs and all that, right? Hold on. Let me show you. Here we go. I'm gonna show you some cool stuff. Alright, so I think, who are they talking about here? Yeah. Okay, so alright, yeah, Vermithor. I was making sure. I don't want to tell you something wrong. Look. If you like the dragons in House of the Dragon and you're curious to know who rode those dragons before or after, sometimes, all of it's in Fire and Blood. Okay, so A Song of Ice and Fire was written first. And Daenerys has a very interesting story. And she's the only one of the family from a different continent with dragons. So, this book was written to give Daenerys a backstory, her family history. So, if you love Daenerys and Jon, who's also a Targaryen, you should treat yourself and read Fire and Blood. It's got a lot of stories in it. Like, literally, you can just take it with you wherever and read and then pause and go back. Like, it's a really easy read. It seems like it's a lot of information, but it's a lot of really cool stories, basically. Honestly. If you like House of the Dragon, I think you'll be surprised by that part of Fire and Blood, because it's not, the names are the same. The names are the same. I'll just say that. The names are the same. Yes, Bear Down is correct. My personal belief, although people have gotten irritated about it, I think Vermithor is Drogon's father. Yes, his biological father. Yes. I think Balerion is Vermithor's dad, and then Vermithor is Drogon's dad. Bree, yep, that is my belief. And the time lines up. in every art, all the artwork of Balerion and Vermithor, like you get the very spiky, big, you know? And I honestly, that's my belief there. And you know what? I love dragon questions. Way more than why did you murder innocents? All right. Okay. So, oh God, is this it? Yeah. There's blood and cheese. Yeah. So, there's a ton of illustrations in this, guys. Like, let me see. God, I forgot about that. Oh God, there's mushroom. I think he's farting confetti, so it's very mushroom of him. What do I think of the various gods in A Song of Ice and Fire? I think I'm least interested in the 7. But I mean, they're fine. My favorites were Lore. And then I do like the old gods. I mean, that's weirwood, like earth magic, and then there's fire magic. Yeah, mushroom. Like, thank you, mushroom. You just roll your eyes at him. Like, what do you mean? Like, do I have a favorite or what? I think the others are fascinating. Not so much the 7. How much can they affect the outcome of things? Well, it depends on which one. Yeah. Hello, Steven. I mean, they can affect a lot. I mean, especially if you're talking about R'hllor and people getting visions in the flames. And then, hell, the old gods, Bloodraven, can speak through the damn birds and make suggestions. I mean, they can affect it a lot. How do I think the Winds of Winter will end? The Winds of Winter are a dream of spring. I would like to think the Winds of Winter is going to be a lot happening and preparing and the long night, and then yes, there's 2. A dream of spring. I mean, I can tell you what I want. I don't necessarily know if it's accurate. You probably won't like my answer. Blood magic is I think fire magic is stronger than blood magic, but blood magic is interesting because it endured. Because we have Miri Mazdur, and they're doing blood magic even though the dragons haven't come back yet. So I find blood magic very interesting because it seems to be able to endure times when magic is low. I find that really interesting. You're confused on how it works in A Song of Ice and Fire? Could you... And Bree, that's just my thought. Because, you know, once the dragons are born, then all this other magic, it works better. So I think it's really interesting that they're still able to do blood magic, even when the magic meter is rather low, because there are no dragons. What am I expecting to see from Patchface? Well, more creepiness. Definitely more creepiness. Sad as it probably is, I don't know how Patchface is gonna respond to Shireen, and Shireen is gonna be burned. I mean, it's not far away. Part of me wonders if Patchface is going to be the reason people find out that Shireen is burned. Yeah. there's something very disturbing about him. Melisandre is creeped out by him, and she's really old. He has a purpose. That's why he's alive. Some people think that he was brought back by the drowned god. But he's going to have either a message or he's going to stop something from happening. Like, he's got a purpose. But, you know, in Game of Thrones, the whole reason that Davos finds out about Shireen is... Do you remember? Does anybody remember? Do I think he has a curse? I don't think he has a curse. I think he was brought back for a reason. I think he's a vessel. I think he's a vessel. Davos. Nobody remembers how Davos finds out about Shireen? I wouldn't mind Age of Heroes, but there's a lot I want before that. They actually did Blood Moon. They did a pilot. Yep. Davos carved a horse for her. And it was burned. Okay, so I wonder if in the books, if Davos is going to find out through Patchface. I mean, I'm not really that interested in the Andal invasion. I mean, it'd be okay. But they spent millions of dollars on a story. It's during the Age of Heroes. And it didn't work. It didn't. Blood Moon, look it up. Yes. They tried. And it was supposed to be about the first long night. They spent a lot of money on it, like something like $40 million. And it was so bad that no one will ever see it. It was completely finished and shelved after season 8. So... yeah, I doubt we're going to get the Age of Heroes because they already spent a lot of money on that and it did not pan out at all. I would much rather see Valyria. It happens all the time, but yeah, Blood Moon was filmed, edited, everything. You can find a few pictures of it online. Yeah, it had to be really bad. It's like the pilot, the original pilot of Game of Thrones. No one will ever see that either. That or Blood Moon. No one. As much as we would actually pay to see it, it won't happen. It's gone. And George was actually in the original pilot. You can find pictures of that, and that's it. So, oh, I think there was another question. Oh, I got a lot of fun facts of the day. Oh yeah, okay. So, to me, I feel like there's a possibility Patchface might be the reason that Davos finds out about Shireen or something like that. He's got some kind of purpose. It's just like anybody else brought back, they have a purpose. Now, I mean, the purpose might be creepy and weird, but there's a purpose. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a good one. I mean, it's probably gonna... I mean, because, like, there's a reason that Patchface and Shireen are so close. And she doesn't have much longer on this earth. So there's that, and then I'm sure at some point something will happen, and then all the little creepy things that he says will probably be analyzed, and we'll realize it meant this, this, and this. But yeah, if you just want what it's... Patchface is one of those characters, he's very interesting. Weird as hell. But he's not just random. You know? You don't make somebody that weird and just have him around. He's gonna be a catalyst to something. Now, some people have some strange theories about that. I think he's there to say his creepy stuff, but I think his creepy stuff, when he explains what happens to Shireen, he's not going to say Shireen got burned. He's going to say some riddle, and then somebody's going to figure out what that means. Right? It'll be something like that. But that's just my personal opinion. Cyber John's character got horrible treatment. The only one that got worse treatment is Daenerys. You think so, Brie? Yeah, because I kind of feel like he's gonna be a creepy guess what? Because like I feel like there's not gonna be anyone around that witnesses it, and then he's gonna start saying some weird ass riddle, and then there you go. He's there for a reason. You don't spend that much time making somebody creepy as hell and have him stay around unless there's that. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you. John got the second worst treatment if you're not including the dragons. Because I hate what happened to the dragons. Ugh. It was just very depressing for me. Hey, Jared. How are you? But, so, if you would like more Targaryen history, way more than what's in House of the Dragon, it's all in here, Fire and Blood, which I have pinned here for the amazing price of $9.99, which is actually a really good price. If I pin something, it's like the cheapest I can find it on TikTok Shop. But it begins with Aegon's conquest. It's got a lot of great stories. It has really, really cool artwork. Of course, like, it's a dragon, so I'm obviously going to show that. People have looked at these pictures many, many times. Oh, that reminds me, because I just saw Oris Baratheon. Brie, I thought it was funny that Lionel is shitting on the Targaryens so bad when the entire reason his house exists is because of the Targaryens. I thought that was a little funny. Right? Like, Lionel, we like you a lot. But you're talking pretty bad about House Targaryen. Did you forget Oris? A lot of people say Lionel Baratheon's the only Baratheon that they like, which I understand. But I think a lot of that is because they don't know anything about Oris. I like Oris a lot. And I choose to believe he is half-brother. I know. Why is it always a Baratheon bitching about a Targaryen when it's like, man, that's the only reason you're here? Damn. Damn it, Lionel. He's bitter, though. That's just because he wants to be king. I mean, which... Just enjoy what you have, damn it. But no. I just thought that was interesting. So anyway, Aegon's Conquest, if you're interested in that, that is obviously in Fire and Blood. The actual story of the dance, which is the Targaryen Civil War that House of the Dragon was supposed to be about, is in here. If you've heard anything about Maegor the Cruel, he is in here. I mean... basically the big story about House Targaryen is in here. At some point, we're supposed to get a sequel that is going to be called Blood and Fire. Which, honestly, if I had to guess, I would say thank you. George seems very interested in A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. So, if we get any new writing from him, I would think it would be another novella for that. And then I could see him working on Blood and Fire before Winds. I don't think he has any interest in working on wins right now. And if he doesn't want to, it's not my place to make him. I'm appreciative of anything. And I'm one of the people that will tell you over and over again, I don't care if we don't get wins. It doesn't bother me. Season 8 hurt so much. Like, I'm fine where we are. Thank you, Twin Dad. Thank you, Slick. Cyber. I almost every stream, at least one person says that. The thing is, though, there's not really that much to it. So there can't be a series about Robert's Rebellion. There's not enough. I mean, it's very short. I mean, it's basically here's battle, there's battle, he hides because he's injured, and then the trident. Yeah, it's just, yeah, there's not enough to make it any type of series. I don't even think there's enough to do a mini series, honestly. Yeah. So many people want Robert's Rebellion. I'm not really sure why. Just because, I mean, like, we know what happened and it's not much. Robert had a lucky swing and the realm lost what would have been a great king. Someone can write that down. Yeah, that's it. And the thing is, though, you can't have a series just based on one fight. I mean, one lucky swing of a stupid ass warhammer, and then the rubies go everywhere, and that's it. I mean, hell, somebody could make that with AI in like minutes. Is Robert important? Passively. Yeah. I mean, Robert's important because he killed Daenerys' older brother, Rhaegar, who would have been a really good king. Oh, look, I didn't know you were here. Well, now you'll get it. They'll say Robert was promised the throne 3,000 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my friend Aegon. Aegon, I have Fire and Blood pinned because Snow, I agree very much, yes. As far as I know, Robert Baratheon never hatched any dragon eggs. He did sow a lot of seed, though, and the seed was strong. Aegon, we're about to go over the rumored leaks for season 3 of House of the Dragon, which is why I have Fire and Blood pinned. You have really great timing. All right, everybody. So, if you know anything about this fandom, very often there are leaks. And there were leaks about season 8 of Game of Thrones, and we had hoped that they were rumors and not true, and they were actually accurate. Hey, kitty cat. Syra, you're right. Yes, it's very much a parallel to Baelor. The realm almost got a really good king, and then they didn't. Yep. Valar Dohaeris. So, yeah, Rhaegar would have been a great king, and that's part of it. Hey! You know, that's the tragedy. Just like it happens in real life. Alright. So, the leaks for season 8 of Game of Thrones ended up being real. We had leaks come out for, I think, season 1 and 2 of House of the Dragon. And most of those turned out to be true. Do I think these leaks are true? I do. Because there are some leaked photos of scenes that were shot in season 3. And I went and found those photos, and they line up with this. But just like everything, take it with a grain of salt. or milk of the poppy, or whatever you prefer. So we're going to go over, there are 8 episodes, and there are leaks for each episode. Now, if you're amused by this, for the love of God, read the book, Fire and Blood. It's just $9.99. It's like 300 years of Targaryen history. That's a lot. All right. House of the Dragon Season 3 leaks. I'm not stating that these are accurate. I am just stating I believe they probably are. All right? Forgive me if I laugh or smile. I have to be amused. All right. Episode 1. Okay? June. Comes out in June. Rhaenyra, Hugh, Adam, and Ulf arrive at Harrenhal. Daemon greets them and shares intelligence on Rook's Rest. Nearby, Alice Rivers approaches Hugh and Ulf with a cryptic prophecy for Hugh. The hammer will overthrow the dragon. Meanwhile, Adam encounters a mystic green man from the Isle of Faces. All right, number 1, I don't think starting off at Harrenhal, that's not even all for episode 1. I don't think starting off at Harrenhal is very smart because everybody was so sick of Harrenhal in season 2. I don't think that's where you want people to just jump right back into, because I think they'll be like, oh God, not again. I'm not sure why Alice would tell Hugh something like that. Helena dabbles with glass candles. Seriously? Aegon, at this point, at least I'm seeing plenty of other people call this fan fiction. If you would like non-fan fiction, read this book. It's Fire and Blood by George R. R. Martin. The fact that they have Adam encountering a mystic green man from the Isle of Faces, and the thing is, like, what does that even matter? And why? And people that watch this aren't going to have any idea what the Isle of Faces is. It's just dumb. That's okay. So we just had the season 1 finale. So we have season 1. God, Aegon, man. All right. Here we go. We're still on season 1. Episode 1. Daemon meets with the Winter Wolves, a rugged northern force led by Sir Roderick Dustin, a.k.a. Roddy the Ruin. In the Crown Lands, Lord Wallace Mouton retakes Rook's Rest. During the skirmish, Aegon II and Larys Strong are captured while searching for the dragon Sunfire. In the Vale, Rhaena wanders the wilderness, finally discovering and bonding with the wild dragon Sheepstealer. Okay? So Aegon and Larys are captured. They're searching for Sunfire. I'm curious to know how Aegon's gonna know that that Sunfire is alive. Is there gonna be a rumor of a sighting, or are they actually gonna say the dragon bond exists? And maybe he feels that Sunfire is alive? I don't know. I'm disappointed with the whole Rhaena thing, because Rhaena is Daemon's daughter. There's a very important character omitted from House of the Dragon. Her name is Nettles, and it is her storyline to bond, thank you KGB, with Sheepstealer. So Ryan Condal made some little bitchy comment about just because you haven't seen Nettles doesn't mean she won't be in it. Well, apparently she's not, unless she's some background actress, just for him to try to be funny. The Triarchy fleet arrives at the Gullet to break the blockade of King's Landing. They're intercepted by the Black Fleet led by Corlys Valerian. The battle turns disastrous. Alan is thrown overboard but rescued by Corlys. Both are captured by Tywin Lannister. Just as hope fades, Rhaenyra and the dragon seeds descend from the sky, incinerating the Triarchy fleet. Okay, so the blockade is a big deal. Obviously, they want to destroy it. Yeah. Here's the thing. It says Rhaenyra and the dragon seeds descend. That means more fan fiction. Rhaenyra is going to descend and fight. Rhaenyra does no fighting. None. Rhaenyra does not fight on Syrax. Not one time. That is completely made up. Syrax actually gets overweight and can't even feed herself anymore. And what Aegon is putting right here is my next point. Apparently, they're going to have her fight, which is hilarious because Rhaenyra is a spoiled brat, 100%. Alicent is a stepmother bitch, and Rhaenyra is. Thank you, Angel. I'm good. Thank you. Rhaenyra is like lavish. She spends a ton of money on jewelry and clothes. She's very self-absorbed. This whole like, oh, Mother Rhaenyra thing, that's fan fiction show. Rhaenyra sends her kids out to fight, but she doesn't. She sends Daemon out to fight, but she doesn't. And she does not fight with a sword. Rhaenyra is not the hero that House of the Dragon is trying to make her. She's not. And she sure as fuck isn't Daenerys, which is another thing House of the Dragon is trying to do. No. There are no heroes. There are no heroes in the dance. It's a Targaryen civil war that was incredibly selfish and led to the destruction of the dragons. All this is why George allegedly said, "This is not my story," and walked away. So Jace flies his dragon Vermax too low, and a scorpion bolt strikes Vermax, crashing the dragon into the sea. Rhaenyra watches in horror as Jace is killed. In a rage, Alan uses a jagged piece of oak to kill the Triarchy captain, Shirako Lohar, earning the name Oakenfist. Adam arrives on Sea Smoke, rescuing Alan and Corlys. Tywin's lost at sea, floating away on debris. All right, this. So Jace is going to die in the first episode. Most people think Jace was meant to die at the end of season 2, and it would have made more sense. What pisses me off is that a scorpion bolt takes out Vermax, his dragon. I'm sick of the fucking scorpions. Okay. There aren't that many scorpions, and it's not that easy to shoot a bolt and kill a dragon, man. It happened one time. One time. No, KGB, they had them in Dorne. One time a scorpion had a lucky shot and took out one of the dragons I really like. One time in history. One. In centuries. Meraxes. In Dorne. One time. This fucking show would have you believe that scorpions are everywhere and they make a beeline. It's like heat seeking. No, it's not. Scorpions are not everywhere. And it's not that easy to kill a dragon. Thank you, Brie. Okay, I'm just being honest with you guys. That's why you're here. If you would like a better story, read Fire and Blood down here for $9.99. That Scirocco damn corny, the mud wrestling, the you're gonna impregnate my wives. While nothing is happening, season 2 was literally boring as shit. But yet you have time for mud wrestling and that ridiculous pirate chick. I get that that's like, I think that character is like a combination of 2 characters from Fire and Blood. I cannot stand that character. That was weird and awkward and ugh. And I'm glad she's dead. So there's one good thing. Okay. Rhaenyra receives word that her younger sons are safe in Pentos, but Rhaena is missing. In King's Landing, Prince Regent Aemond is pleased the blockade is broken, indifferent to the cost. Alicent Hightower mourns Jace's death. Spencer, your dad would probably want that, but like, nah, I'm not into that. Okay, let me go ahead and tell you something. Alicent Hightower mourning Jace's death with Jace is the son of Rhaenyra. Right, thank you, Brie. It's a setup for what happens later. Like I've said many times before, and if you would like to read about it in Fire and Blood, it's right here. Rhaenyra and Alicent hate each other. They're not the same age. Alicent is literally an evil stepmother, and Rhaenyra is a selfish brat. Okay. Sorry. Kristen Cole and Quain Hightower petition Aemond to reinforce the Green Army and march on Harrenhal. That's episode 1. I'm sorry. I'm gonna crack up with, like, when all this is true, y'all, we might have to figure out a watch party or something. I don't know. We might have to do something. All right, episode 2. You know what? There are no names for these episodes, so thank you, Chris. Bobby B's here. Let's name these. All right, episode 1, I'm gonna call "Thank God that fucking pirate is dead. Sorry about your son." That's episode 1. All right, episode 2. We surveyed the aftermath of the Battle of Honeywine, which is great. Another battle that we don't see, but we see the aftermath, a la the mill. We're introduced to Ormond Hightower and Prince Daeron, who has turned the tide for the Greens. KGB is correct. In King's Landing, Otto Hightower is imprisoned by the City Watch commander Luther Largent, acting on orders from Massaria. In the Vale, Adam and Rhaenyra patrol the mountains and discover Rhaena, half burned but alive and commanding sheep stealer. So she's half burned and she has sheep stealer. Alicent confronts Aemond. She reveals the truth of Viserys' death and the burden of Aegon's dream, showing him the inscription on the cat's paw dagger. Touched by destiny or ambition, Aemond departs the capital with the royal army. Daemon travels to the Riverlands and meets Oscar Tully and Black Aly. He rallies the River Lords. Alright, I'm so damn tired of the cat's paw dagger, for the love of God. The cat's paw dagger is a random Valyrian steel dagger that was chosen by Joffrey and given to the cat's paw to attack Bran. And from that, it has become the most important thing that exists in this fucking show. And it's just a dagger. Anyway, so the dagger apparently has an inscription of Aegon's dream now. I'm gonna do a series, and it's gonna be like things go wrong in the world, you know, like there's almost like a civil war, there's almost like World War III, but yet like I have the cat's paw dagger and it stops it. Like a massive tsunami is coming, but then I have the cat's paw dagger and it just, the tsunami stops. No? I mean, when the aliens come, I will have the cat's paw dagger, okay? Don't worry about anything. Don't worry, I will have the cat's paw dagger, it'll be fine. Famine, don't worry. I have the cat's paw dagger, it's fine. It's Littlefinger's fucking dagger. Random ass dagger. I mean, it's worth a pretty penny because it's Valyrian steel, but I mean, damn. Fine. Alright. So, Daemon travels to the Riverlands and meets Oscar Tully in Black Alley and rallies the River Lords. How many times does Daemon Targaryen need to rally the River Lords? Like, I'm getting a little concerned here. Is this like a thing where it's like, you know, you got like this really lazy person and you just keep having to prod him? Maybe he needs the cat's paw dagger for the River Lords to inspire them. Maybe Aemon will let him borrow it so the River Lords will want to do something because we keep rallying them. We're going to name this episode, Episode 2, Re-Rally the River Lords. Okay? Yes. Apparently on the other side of the dagger is the prophecy of oh, by the way, a Targaryen isn't even going to kill the Night King. It's going to be Arya. Have a nice day. 7 blessings. That's what it says on the other side. Okay? The Battle of the Red Fork. Daemon leads his forces against the Lannister army. The battle is brutal. Alright, so there's a battle. Roddy the Ruin engages Jason Lannister in single combat and beheads him. Daemon celebrates victory, displaying Jason's head. Alright, so we're going to have a battle, and then Daemon is going to, hey, I bet this lion doesn't have very sharp teeth, does he? By the way, if you enjoy dragons, very interesting stories, if you like Game of Thrones, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, if you for some reason like House of the Dragon, treat yourself. Basically, if you enjoy cat's paw daggers, this book is basically the price of one of those very elaborate Starbucks coffees that's not really coffee, it's a milkshake. For $9.99, you can feed your mind and your imagination with Fire and Blood. I'm the Southern Mother of Dragons, and I'm speaking to you via a glass candle that I borrowed from Helena from the Iron Throne, telling you should read Fire and Blood, okay? It's really good. I have more than one copy. I don't know what better endorsement you could get on TikTok, to be honest with you. Fire and Blood, TikTok shop. Hell yeah. It's $9.99. It's cheap. Alright. Episode 3. If you're new and you just came in, we are going over the leaks, the alleged leaks of Season 3 of House of the Dragon. And we are kind of doing like a National Lampoon type reading of it. What's the importance of the glass candle? Thank you for that question. Glass candles, I don't know how much you know about Lord of the Rings. In Lord of the Rings, there's the Palantir. It's a crystal that lets people communicate over long distances. In A Song of Ice and Fire, it's a glass candle. It is a very large, dark candle that if magic is working and you know what you're doing, you can use the glass candle to communicate over long distances. Because in fantasy, no phones. And sometimes a scroll just won't do it. especially if it's prophecy. So glass candles are used to, and not just communicate over long distances, tap into somebody's dream, possibly, appear in front of someone and not really be there. All that. They're very magical and very cool. All right. I hope that explained that. Caraxes and Cyrax circle above King's Landing. Panic grips the streets. The Gold Cloaks, loyal to Daemon, open the city gates to Rhaenyra's army. I guess she probably thought it was going to be Alicent. Probably in a negligee. But, I guess she's happy it's open. The sack of King's Landing. Daemon and the City Watch storm the Red Keep, slaughtering the High Tower garrison. Queen Helena, realizing the end has come, officially surrenders royal authority to Rhaenyra. So, thank you, Bree. So we have Helena surrendering to Rhaenyra. That's probably going to irritate some people. That is going to irritate some people right there. But not nearly as much as a little further down. We're going to keep going. Mysaria presents Rhaenyra with a gift. The captive Otto Hightower. Daemon swiftly beheads Otto. Daemon then orders Alicent thrown into the black cells. Right? Rhaenyra intervenes and blocks the order, sparing Alicent. Please read Fire and Blood. Daemon and Mysaria are visibly disgusted by this mercy. Okay? Okay, Alicent is please read Fire and Blood. Alicent is put away and she loses it. Thank you, Rocky. That's very kind of you. Like, so her going to the black cells would be closer to reality. But Rhaenyra says, no, not my bae. No. Not my bae. You bring that redheaded beauty over here. She is beautiful. Over here. Okay? Because we're the Scissor Sisters. You know, the group that sings. All right. So Daemon and Mysaria are grossed out, and I'm standing with them at this point. Rhaenyra commands Daemon to fly to the Reach to retrieve Alicent's youngest son, Prince Daeron. So not only does she save her, she's like, Daemon, I know we're married and we're supposed to be in love. Sort of. Get on your fucking dragon. Which, by the way, justice for Caraxes, he looks like hell. Can we do a side note? Bear down, apparently. Hold on. All right, we're pausing on 3. All right, we're going to get right back to that. I don't know how well you can see that. Just trust me. The dragon at the top looks cool. That's Caraxes in season 1. This was taken from the fucking teaser trailer for season 3. Looks like shit. Doesn't look like the same dragon. This looks like corny CGI. Where's his neck? Bree made a good point. Where's his neck? This dragon has a really long neck. Bear down is correct. It does. It's very PS2 right here. Look, man. Oh my god. See? Thank you. What is this? Caraxes' mouth doesn't even open like that, man. It's not that wide. Hey, Theo. As I've said many times, I'm like the Lorax, okay? I'm the Southern Mother of Dragons. I speak for the dragons. And I don't like that. Thank you, Bree. Toothless looks better. Bullshit. Alright. Okay. Rhaenyra knights Alan. Okay. Corlys publicly acknowledges Alan as his bastard son. Rhaenyra legitimizes him as Sir Alan Valerian, naming him heir to Driftmark and Lord of the Tides. Okay. I don't have a problem with Adam or Alan. Thank you, Toto. Alright, so episode 3, we're going to call that... Fuck it, we'll just call it Scissor Sisters, okay? Alright? Rhaenyra and Alicent hanging out, you know, pissing off Daemon. Right, alright. Hey everyone, I'm the Southern Mother of Dragons. Yeah, it's real. Alright. It's not the only thing real. What's real is my love of A Song of Ice and Fire, and also Fire and Blood, which is what House of the Dragon was supposed to be based on. It's right here. It's a really good book, and it's $9.99. Come on. The world's a crazy place. Give yourself an outlet. Read this. It's the Targaryen history. It's got a lot of cool stories. You heard about Aegon's Conquest? Are you interested in it? It's in this. Did you know that Aegon's sister wife, Visenya, had a son and he was nuts? His name was Maegor. It's in this. Did you know Daenerys' eggs are mentioned not just at her wedding? They have a backstory. The eggs have a backstory. Do you want to know about it? It's in this. Ever wonder what dragon laid the eggs that became Drogon, Rhaegal, Viserion? It's in this, in Fire and Blood. Right here. For $9.99, you cannot go to Starbucks and get a milkshake, and you can feed your brain instead. If you want to know about the cat's paw dagger, though, I can't help you with that. But I can help you. If you like dragons and you like a good story, check out Fire and Blood. It's on TikTok Shop. I only recommend things that I own myself. I'm very passionate about this, as you can tell. All right, we are going over the leaks for House of the Dragon Season 3. And boy, are they great. Okay? Episode 3, we're going to call that To Hell with the Black Cells. Okay? Got it? Because she's like, no. You're not taking my Alicent. To hell with your black cells. Okay? Got it? Episode 4. Aemon arrives at Harrenhal to find it abandoned. Because we haven't seen Harrenhal enough. Have we? Have we? Oh, God. Yes. Maegor the Pleasant. Aemon arrives at Harrenhal. And it's abandoned. News reaches him that King's Landing has fallen. He's not happy about that, I'm sure. He attempts to march back immediately, but Criston Cole convinces him it's a trap. Yes. Aemon vents his rage by executing Lord Strong and his family. He encounters the mysterious Alice Rivers. Okay, that sucks for me. Because I'll go ahead and tell you, Lord Strong is the only character I like in House of the Dragon. I'm going to miss him. He had an attitude with Daemon, and he had the only damn decent costumes there are. And I'm sad about that. I knew he was going to go, but like, damn. All right, so this is when Aemon meets Alice Rivers, which... The show Alice Rivers is not what I envisioned at all. The show Alice Rivers has like an apron and she's like a kitchen witch type. Like, what's that? Practical Magic. Like Alice Rivers probably hangs out with the chicks in Practical Magic. The Alice Rivers I think of is closer to Maggie the Frog, except prettier. Like a hot woods witch. A young woods witch. Like what Maggie the Frog looked like before when she was just, you know, Mag. You know what I mean? I don't like the casting of Alice. Look, I'm just telling the truth. I don't have any reason not to. So I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. She's a kitchen witch with an apron. I was hoping for less kitchen witch and like, I was hoping for like maybe like a shred of Shiera Sea Star, just like a little. Like I know no one could be Shiera but Shiera, but like I'm like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Because Aemon's like, he's gonna be tapping it, and I'm like, and then I'm like, the only creepy thing she does is like she holds her head in an odd way, and she has an owl. That's what she does. That's her creepy. Thank you, Johnny. I don't know. Thank you, Brie. All right, fine. All right. Rhaenyra forms her new small council. Come closer. Come on. Come here. Come right here. Come here. Come right here. There you go. Get in real close. All right, this is what I want you to do, okay? Look to your left and look to your right. That's your buddy, okay? What I need you to do before I read this to you, I want you to hold the hands of your buddy, okay? Because I need you to do that. Everyone's going to need support at this point. All right, we're here. We're in this together. We're a team. All right, grab your buddy. All right? Rhaenyra forms a new small council. Torrhen Manderly and Jane Arryn arrive. Rhaenyra thanks Jane for harboring her sons, but Jane is cold and dismissive, which doesn't make any sense. In the Reach, Ormond Hightower receives a parley offer from Daemon. Daemon threatens to attack unless Ormond turns over Daeron, which is Alicent's youngest son. Ormond agrees, but secretly sends an imposter in the prince's place. So Daemon leaves with an imposter. Oh, God. Back in the capital, Rhaenyra meets secretly with Helaena in the dragon pit. Helaena stands with her dragon Dreamfire, communicating in riddles. So yet again, we have... She says she's queen. But yet again, we have the person who says that they are the rightful heir of the Iron Throne meeting someone that is on the opposing side alone. With her dragon. Rhaenyra goes in secret to meet Helaena. Helaena has Dreamfire, which is funny because Helaena in Fire and Blood, which is $9.99 right here, and you should really read it. Buy this. Helaena is actually very fond of her dragon and rides her dragon a lot. It's not in the show. This is the first time we will have properly seen Dreamfire. We've seen Dreamfire one fucking time, very briefly, protecting a clutch of eggs, which are Daenerys' eggs. House of the Dragon would have you believe Syrax birthed the eggs that are Drogon, Rhaegon, Viserion. That is incorrect. That is very incorrect. Dreamfire, Helena's dragon, lays those eggs. Because Daenerys dreams of a fire that hatches the eggs. And also the eggs are not bright in color. They're dark green, cream, and black. The eggs in House of the Dragon look like a stoplight with red, yellow, and green. Slander. Breathe. All right. So basically, Rhaenyra risks her life in the dragon pit, talking to Helaena, but all Helaena does is communicate in riddles. So basically, Helaena is now Patchface. Do you see how? Right? Right? Okay. So episode 4, we're going to name that Daron the Dupe. We're going to name it Daron the Dupe because, you know, Daemon thinks he's got Daron and it's not really Daron. Okay? Daron the Dupe and Helena's Patchface. Okay. Alright. Next. Episode 5. Only got 3 left, y'all. I'm sure it's going to make perfect sense. Alright. Daemon return. By the way, if you're just popping in, we're talking about the season 3 leaks of House of the Dragon, and I'm also trying to tell people to read this book, Fire and Blood. For the love of God. Alright. Bear down. What role would you fill in the small council? Considering how many people you come in contact with, Master of Whispers. Alright. Daemon returns to King's Landing with Daron. Toto. Alicent immediately recognized the boy is not her son, which is impressive, guys. Now remember, alright, if you're OG, you remember this. We made jokes last season that Alicent didn't remember Daron because Otto says that he sent for Daron and she looks like, who is that? Obviously, you're everything. You're my best friend. You're Jessica. Like, you're all. I mean, well, Chris is hand of the queen. Well, no, I guess he's consort now. Yeah, you're hand of the queen, I guess. You and Chris can battle that out. If one of y'all wants the dagger, you can have it. Chris, can I just start calling you consort, or is that offensive? If he's gonna be consort, then you can be. I trust you both implicitly, so y'all can do whatever. Make a new title. All right, he wants to be the throne. Yes, you can run the brothel, but the problem is, are they gonna be so tired they don't make any money? That's what I need to know. Thank you. As Jessica has said, we're going to be broke. Dude, you're going to be running them ragged. Come on now. Exactly. That's the problem. You know what? Sure. Hell no, KGB. No. And you're not picking them out either. I'm making Bree supervise, y'all. Not Master of Loin. God, I love my friends. Oh, where's that dagger? Thank you. That's perfect. Bree is gonna supervise y'all. And be master of coin and craziness. For the love of God. Yeah, Grizzly, y'all probably got to fight for that. Yes. Bree, we'll give you a dragon. You can have it almost like just. You can have the dagger and a dragon too. How about that? Yes, Bree, get y'all together. Seriously. Y'all can't just be out here wilding out. Gonna make me look bad. All the hoes gonna be pregnant. There's not enough moon tea. No, hell no. Look, we're gonna be jolly, but we can't be that. We can't go that far. Okay? We need a balance. Look. Daenerys has stated that she wants a realm of happy people. She wants beautiful maids and happy fat dudes. But, like, let's not abuse that, okay? Okay? Everybody wants to be Podrick. Or be on Podrick. Alright. So, in episode 5, Daemon returns to King's Landing with Daron. Alicent immediately recognizes the boy is not her son. Grand Maester Orwell confirms the deception. This is why I told y'all to hold each other's hands, okay? Rhaenyra shocks the small council by bringing Alicent into the chamber and naming her special advisor to the queen. Okay? Okay? We have got Alicent Hightower on the small council now. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. See? Don't grab... Look, if this is your buddy, don't grab their hand too hard, okay? Don't hurt anybody, okay? Yeah, advisor. Okay? Right. Uh-huh. The council's outraged. At least we can understand that. Factions begin to fracture Rhaenyra's support base. As they should. That's perfect. Thank you, Brie, for that. So we have Alicent on the small council. On Dragonstone, for whatever reason, Alan attempts to bond with the wild dragon Cannibal. He is severely burned and barely survives. This is Fire and Blood, and the story of the Dance of Dragons. It's the Targaryen Civil War. It is in this book right here for $9.99 on TikTok Shop. I mean, like, it's the cost of a Starbucks, basically. Just the drink, not even the cookie. So, like, please read Fire and Blood. Please read Fire and Blood. Please. She doesn't like Alicent. Alright. For whatever reason, Alan is now burnt. He tried to bond with Cannibal. The only good thing I can say about that is we get to see Cannibal, but now I'm stressed because we've seen what Caraxes looks like in the trailer, so now I'm like I'm to the point where I feel like it's gonna be like we're gonna start watching and it's like here's Alan, he's like, hey, I want to bond with you, and then this is all we see. No. Ladies and gentlemen, House of the Dragon, Season 3. You know what? Maybe I should do Season 3 in puppets. I could do that, if you'd like. Alright. So, Alan tries to bond with Cannibal, a wild dragon, who's actually really cool. That doesn't work out for him. I don't know why the name Cannibal didn't maybe give him pause. Who knows? Rhaenyra orders Daemon to take his army and cut off Ormond's forces to prevent them from linking up with Aemon. Before departing, Daemon finds Helena in a trance. She is viewing Aemon's vision at Harrenhal. So y'all gotta understand. So Daemon just finds Helena okay. It's because Aemon is at Harrenhal with the Kitchen Witch. And this is the vision the Kitchen Witch is giving Aemon. Aemon sees dragons burning a city. He spots Helena watching him across the astral plane and jolts awake. Okay? I would assume this is what Aegon was talking about. Mason, yes. It is a batshit story time. I am talking about the Season 3 alleged leaks of House of the Dragon. If you would like a great story, though, Fire and Blood, written by George R. R. Martin, here's a great story of the history of House Targaryen. It is linked there. Yes, it's the Spider-Man meme. Kitchen Witch, I know you're here. What are you doing here, sister? What are you doing? And Helena's like, oops. So Helena can spy on visions. I didn't know she was that powerful. This is wild. I just thought she played with spiders. Apparently not. Alright, so Aegon II finds Sunfire. The dragon burns Lord Mooten's men, freeing Aegon. Okay, so hopefully that's gonna give us at least some dragon bond moment where Aegon's like, get me out of here. And then Sunfire's like, alright. Deal. I don't know why you flew me into that shit show last season, Aegon. That wasn't fun. Those were two really big dragons that had been in battle before, and I'm a baby. And you just drunk flew me in. Literally. He drunk drove a dragon into a fight. With, like, Sunfire is described as the most beautiful dragon that's ever existed. And he drunk drove a dragon into a fight. Okay. Right. But Sunfire is apparently kind. And it's the dragon bond. I mean, what are you going to do? And it's like, I got you, dude. I got you. Okay. So Aegon is free. Aegon sends Larys Strong ahead to King's Landing to sow chaos from the shadows. Okay? So Larys is going to sow chaos from the shadows. Everyone knows. Thank you, Rick. Everyone knows Larys Strong is Temu Littlefinger in this. In House of the Dragon. So he's going to try to Littlefinger it. Take that any way you want. Alright? So that was episode 5. We're going to call that one... We're just going to call it Special Advisor to the Queen because that is the most interesting part. Yes. Right. Oh God. Bree, yeah, you are correct. The fact that they made Aegon not able to speak High Valyrian is like, geez, really? Wow. That's a choice. That's a choice. Alright. Episode 6. Lord Celtigar proposes a heavy new tax policy. Alright, now let me give you a little side note on this. So the people in King's Landing are not doing great at all. They are, the blockade, they haven't been getting food. They're starving. It's bad. It is bad. So a new tax policy probably, number one, they don't have it. Number two, they're probably not going to be happy. Now, okay, Alicent advises Rhaenyra against it. Is Alicent sitting in Rhaenyra's lap during this scene? Possibly. Possibly. So she's like, bae, they po. We don't need to be doing this. Bae. It's a no. Alright? And she's like, bae, I got you. No, we're not doing that. In Fire and Blood, you learn that Rhaenyra actually does impose the tax. Fire and Blood is the real deal. Alright. So, okay. Rhaenyra listens to Alicent, further alienating her council and Mysaria. Because you remember, Rhaenyra and Mysaria had that... Thank you, Jay. Rhaenyra and Mysaria had that weird makeout session in season 2 of House of the Dragon. When they were both talking about trauma and then they decided to make out. Because, you know, that's the... Man, if you really want to get the Targaryen fire and blood up, you talk about trauma. Yeah, I'm not being serious. It was weird. It was weird, okay? I'll take what is mine with fire and blood and an ill-advised tax policy. I will take it. Meanwhile, I'm just going to give you a little insider information. Also, if you want to read A Song of Ice and Fire, it is also linked in my showcase. I think you can click down there and find it. Rhaenyra taxes the people. And they're poor and hungry. Do you know what Daenerys does? Guess what? They're sick. They're really sick. Like bad sick. She goes down and she's wiping the sweat off the brow of the people and giving them water and yelling at her people to go do the same. Rhaenyra taxes the people. Daenerys saves the people. Pass it on, okay? Tell other people Rhaenyra sucks. Rhaenyra doesn't fight. She sends her sons to fight. Do you know what Daenerys does? Daenerys rides one of her sons to fight. The big one. Okay? So I'm telling you this so you can be knowledgeable, because apparently the people that wrote House of the Dragon don't know any of that. Okay? Shh. It's a secret. Rhaenyra sucks. I really don't have beef with Daemon though, oddly enough. Okay, so Aemon orders Criston Cole to march south and rendezvous with Ormond's army in the Riverlands. The Riverlands get a lot of shit. Alright, so the Butcher's Ball. Criston Cole and Gwaine Hightower spot Daemon's army lying in wait. Criston rides out under a banner of truce. Criston is struck by 20 arrows instantly. Damn. Wow. Okay. Well, all right, Daemon. I guess Criston's not beheaded then. Hey, everyone. I'm the Southern Mother of Dragons. The Dakotas. What we're doing is we're talking about the season 3 alleged leaks, House of the Dragon. While at the same time, I'm trying to tell you to read Fire and Blood, which is written by George R.R. Martin, and it is the history of House Targaryen. It's a really good book. And it's only $9.99 on TikTok Shop. Right there. Okay. So Criston is struck by 20 arrows instantly. He's a pincushion. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know if that's real. Gwaine attempts to flee, but is captured. Now, Gwaine is Alicent's brother. The Green Army is decimated by the Winter Wolves and the River Lords. Now, not a lot of explanation is given about the Winter Wolves, because that's not what House of the Dragon does. That's from the north. They came from Stark. I don't know if that's really going to be explained, to be honest with you. Probably not. And I doubt it's going to be described in a manner that makes sense, because you're going to be like, well, why are all these people from the north going south? This is one of those moments. They're not going to do it. The Winter Wolves don't show up until like way later. And the reason for some of them going south is because it's really hard. It's a rough life in the north. It's really a rough life. And sometimes it gets so bad that older men will say that they're going hunting and they'll never come back. And that is literally them going out into the cold because they don't want to be a further burden on their family that's running out of food. Hello? Hi. I am the dragon's daughter. And I swear to you that those who would harm you will die screaming. Right, they went to go get milk. So, the Winter Wolves, it's some of that. It's some of them are slowly going south because it's brutal in the north. Like, you don't really get that because we're like at Winterfell, but like it's rough. That's the whole reason that winter is coming. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Because winter's rough and it already sucks because it's cold. It's going to be colder. There's going to be less food. I mean, like, read A Song of Ice and Fire. John, who I actually like a lot, he's stressed about food at Castle Black. it sucks in the north. I mean, like, they depend on, like, why the hell the Reach doesn't send more food. Whatever. That's something I can get into at another point. But it's hard. It's a rough life, right? Which, rough life, you know, the sigil of House Stark's a direwolf. I mean, it all goes. Shut up. Stop. That's a rumor. Okay? Nobody saw anything. They saw me look at Jon and close the door. That's it. You can't prove anything. You can't prove a thing. All right. He's trying to suggest that I've seen Jon Snow's dagger or long claw. I don't know. No, I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. All right. Episode 7. What do we call it? Episode 6. We're gonna call that Kristen Cole the Pincushion. We're gonna call it that. You know what? I would rather be in a fight with a man with a short claw with Dario type experience than be in a fight with a man with a long claw and not a clue. And I am talking about swordsmanship. And that is why you're here. Because it's not just because I'm pretty. It's because I'm funny. Hey, you stop because I'm pretty. You stay because I'm funny. Alright? Alright. Yes, obviously. Yeah. Kristen Cole the Pincushion. Next, episode 7. Aemon, the Patch, enraged by Cole's death, begins torching the Riverlands with Vhagar. Obviously. Because the Riverlands haven't been through near enough. Yeah, you knew something. Oh God. This is great. Alright, get this. The unpopular tax policy is enacted behind Rhaenyra's back by the council. Uh-oh. Maybe you shouldn't have had Alicent in your lap. It pissed him off. Rhaenyra breaks down in tears. I'm sure there's going to be like a close-up of Rhaenyra because they do that a lot. How do we feel about House Tully? What version? Thank you. Thank you, Toto. Thank you. I do try. I'm not... My favorite Tully is the Blackfish. I love the Blackfish a lot. I mean, other than that... I mean, I'm not huge on House Tully, really. Like, I love the Blackfish, and I like Lady Stoneheart, if that counts. Other than that, the Riverlands aren't my favorite. But, I mean, who says, I love the Riverlands the best? A sequel about Edmure? Yeah. Yeah. Please, the floppy fish. No. No one wants that. Not Jon Snow damn sure doesn't want it. I don't want it. I never wanted it. I never asked for it. Okay? Nobody wants that. The floppy fish song, maybe. That could be entertaining. Right? Thank you, Toto. Okay, so Ormond's army takes refuge in Tumbleton. Because that's smart, because nothing ever happens in Tumbleton. Daemon learns of this and marches his hosts to surround the city. Okay? Outside Tumbleton, Daemon savagely beats the captive Gwaine Hightower in full view of Ormond's walls. Jesus. I'm sorry, I'm just envisioning how this is going to look. He's just beating the mess out of him. And I guess they're like peering over like, do you see what he's doing? Okay, I do have a question about this real quick. Okay, hey everybody, we're talking about the season 3 alleged leaks of House of the Dragon. Please read Fire and Blood. It's linked below. It's a really good book. It's the Targaryen family history. It's right there. Oh, okay, guys, this is what I want to know. Daemon savagely beats the captive Gawain Hightower in full view of Ormond's walls. Why doesn't he just take his dragon and scare him with Caraxes? Does anyone know that? I mean, I get it. Like, you want to see Daemon, like, beating the mess. I get, but, like, he has a dragon. All right, I don't know either. I do know this. Apparently, he displays Kristen Cole's severed head on a spear. Okay. I think Jay's right. Cheaper. And there you have it. I mean, they could also be like, hey, I'm here. I'm scary. That looks like a plush. No, it's CGI. What do you mean? All right. Corlys Valerian advises caution and patience. Daemon ignores him and orders the sack of Tumbleton. Which, I mean, yes, Caraxes was off with Cyrax, I guess, on that day. I would probably keep my dragon near me, but hey, what do I know? What do I know, right? Oh, God. All right. So that's episode 7, and we will call that Kristen Pop, because his head is on a stick. Kristen Cole on a stick. It's like that comedian on a stick. Kristen Cole on a stick. Just wait. If you think I sound batshit crazy, just wait till this is all true. And all these things, yes, Kristen Cole on a stick. On a stick. Right. It's Kristen Cole on a stick. Wait until this happens in June. And y'all are going to see Kristen Cole on a pole. Perfect. And you're going to remember and be like, Southern Mother of Dragons is just amazing. She's epic. That's what you're going to think, right? Yeah. Yes, he's a cake pop. Yes, cake pop. You know what? Cake pops are expensive. You know what's not? Fire and Blood. I'm just saying. A cake pop's probably like $6.99. For like $2 more, you can get a really good book. All right, episode 8. This is season finale, guys, okay? I'm just saying. All right, remember Tywin Lannister is doing the rose on a piece of wood. Titanic style, okay? They should, KGB. If they ask me, I will tell them. Thank you, Bear Down. Thank you so much. There you go. See? And if you want to spoil yourself and you like the Hound, you get the KFC and you get Fire and Blood. If you know, you know. Episode 8. Tywin Lannister washes ashore in Pentos. He's barely alive. He discovers Rhaenyra's sons, Aegon and Viserys, are hiding there. How does he happen to wash up in Pentos and just discover Rhaenyra's hidden sons? By the way, if you are wondering who the hidden sons are, it's the kids from last season that were sent off. The only thing that makes me think of, because I'm insane, the scene where Rhaenyra's kids are leaving and Rhaena's supposed to go with them. They have a baby dragon with them. And they made the dragon make baby dragon sounds as they're loading the dragons up. Do you know why I know that? Because in that scene, they reused Drogon's cry from Game of Thrones. And I noticed. And I made a video about it. Because they couldn't even get their own dragon sound. And why did I know it was Drogon? Because I'm nuts. But also because it's it's the saddest cry he ever makes. It's the one when he thinks his mother is leaving him. When she gets the Unsullied. That cry is I have ADHD and it doesn't matter. Drogon's sad cry has a big space in my brain, and it's there. I know that. I know what it sounds like. I know. And they reused it for that baby dragon. And if you didn't think I was crazy, when I heard it, I was watching it in my living room. I wish I had video of this. I heard the cry, and I said, holy shit. And I stood on my coffee table. And I rewound it. And I did it 3 times standing on my coffee table. I was not happy. I was very irritated. Get your own cry. If you would like proof of that, I have a video of it. I'm just saying. Look, man, I've been doing this for years. I'm on the throne. Y'all have seen I got that giant dragon. Thank you, Toto. That's incredibly nice of you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's very generous. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm crazy. Come on, man. Look at it. Look at all the swords. Come on. You think somebody totally sane would be doing this for as long as I have? Probably not. I don't know. It's fine. I like it. Y'all are here. By the way, this is free entertainment. For almost free, you can get this entertainment for $9.99. Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin. It's a very good book. It has a lot of really pretty pictures. Let me show you another one. Oh, here's a little random thing. You know that chunky crown that Aegon has on in House of the Dragon? In most art, it's described as a circlet. And it's supposed to look more like that. That's the throne. The throne is like way bigger in the books. Way bigger. Way up high. So that's more what the Conqueror's crown looked like. It's supposed to have more rubies in it, which would make sense. You know, so it'd be more red. So, hell, I could do a whole series of just showing y'all pictures and being like, hey, you know that? It actually looks like that. Let me just see. Yeah, here. Or it looks like that. See? It's a circlet. It's not that big chunky, whatever that thing is. I don't know. I don't know what that thing is. I don't like the design of Aegon's crown in House of the Dragon. I haven't really been silent about that. Oh, here. Good. I found it. See? You see how much cooler that looks? That just looks better, man. I don't know what that thing is. It's just... Yes, this is a shocking chapter. Do you see how Toto says it's a shocking chapter? There's a lot of shocking chapters for $9.99. I'm just telling you. Yeah, he's got a chunky crown. It's chunky. That's kind of depressing. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, hell yeah. All right, here we go. Dragon. Do you like dragons? If you like dragons, you should read Fire and Blood. If you like a really good story, you should read it. Even if you don't like dragons. Which I don't understand anybody that doesn't like dragons. But, I mean, I guess everybody has their thing. I'm not going to say what this is. I'm not going to say. But there it is. Jessica. There it is. I'm not saying what it is. I'm not saying nothing. Hello. I'm not saying anything. But there it is. I'm not saying what it is. But there it is. If you want to know what it is, Joffrey said it already. There is no secret because Joffrey already talked about it. Anyway, Okay. That's some Fire and Blood right here. You like that? If you know, you know. It's purple. It's lavender. Is that a dragon? No, but this is. I'm the blood of the dragon. Does that count? I'm the dragon's daughter. Right. This is my dragon that gives like really good side eye. He's always here. Always. The bigger one's over there. If you want to see the bigger dragon, I show the bigger dragon on Wednesdays. It's Wing It Wednesday. I'll if you would like to see him, I will bring him out. He's huge. He doesn't really even fit in the frame. All right, so we got Tywin Lannister. Tywin. Everyone in this is like a Timu version of a character from Game of Thrones. He apparently discovers Rhaenyra's sons. In King's Landing, Mysaria joins forces with Larys Strong. Larys instigates riots among the small folk, using the new taxes as a pretext, which probably was not very difficult to do because they're already poor and starving. All right. If you don't learn anything, here's my advice. Don't ever live in Tumbleton. The first Battle of Tumbleton. Daemon's army sacks the city. All right. We got a moment here. So Hugh Hammer discovers his wife is trapped inside. So Hugh and Corlys beg Daemon to stop the slaughter, I guess so he can get his wife, and Daemon refuses. Suddenly, Prince Daeron arrives on Targaryen, and the battle equalizes. Let me tell you why this doesn't make sense. Let me tell you why it doesn't make sense. Targaryen is small. Targaryen is a small blue she-dragon. A baby. Not a baby, but small. Daemon would be on Caraxes. Targaryen showing up should not equalize the battle at all. That makes no sense. Caraxes is a big dragon, a very cool dragon with abilities that some other dragons don't have because he has that elongated neck. Like, Caraxes is a... If you want to have a fight, Caraxes is a great dragon to have in a fight because I have said this many times. With the long neck that Caraxes has, that means you just kind of get close to the dragon and he can move that neck around and just start taking little chomps. Even Vhagar, Caraxes, in the right weather conditions, could even mess up Vhagar. I'm saying, these are things I think about at night, okay? And I have for years. It's fine. You don't have to think about it. I already have, and I'll tell it to you. Caraxes is not bothered by Targaryen. I have no idea why it says the fight equalizes, unless there's 3 of them. And there's not. Doesn't make any sense. I'm just saying. Alright, so Roddy the Ruin kills Ormond Hightower, but dies in the effort. You know what? I mean, because I feel like we might all be like that at that point. Like, yeah, let's just go. Hugh tries to save his wife, but watches her die in the chaos. That's uplifting. Enraged, Hugh betrays Rhaenyra, which does happen in Fire and Blood right here. He turns his dragon Vermithor, now Vermithor is very big, on Daemon's forces and burns Tumbleton indiscriminately. Okay. Sorry, that just reminds me very much of a really crappy scene in a show I saw where there's this chick and they decapitate her best friend and she just loses it and burns everything. And it's like, I don't know, that seemed a bit fast. So we have Hugh on Vermithor, which is a very big dragon, and then his wife dies, and then he just burns things indiscriminately. That seems familiar. I can't place it. I don't know. I'm sure that's just, you know, a false memory or something like that. I definitely don't have PTSD from that. Okay. So, Hugh declares his claim to the throne because you remember the kitchen witch told him. The kitchen witch told him about the hammer and the dragon. Right? Do you remember that? Guess what? The hammer and the dragon. It doesn't have anything to do with Hugh. That's Rhaegar and Robert. I don't know why the kitchen witch has anything to do with that. And the thing is, when season 3 comes out, you will call her the kitchen witch too. I have to give credit to Chris. He's the one that reminded me of it, Brie. Look, I know things. I don't really drink. I drink root beer. Chris remembers better than I do. I remember very dragon specific things. Sometimes strange. Chris remembers a lot of facts. So, I've talked to Chris already about all this. So some of the points I'm making are credit to Chris. See? I remember strange dragon stuff. He can tell you. I go into great detail about thank you, Brie, how well the CGI department did with Drogon's shoulders in the dragon pit, specifically as he climbs down. And I repeatedly bring up, because I'm insane, the fact that it almost looks like Drogon damn near takes his shoulder out of socket in order to turn to let Daenerys down. I love my dragon, okay? I love him. Chris remembers things that are probably more useful. It's totally fine. It's balance. There is no balance in this, though, however. All right, so Hugh has declared his claim to the throne, and Gawain takes Corlys prisoner. Alice Rivers and Aemon, get this, unlock the secret of Aegon's dream within the dagger. What the fuck that means, I don't know. What I'm thinking is, okay, so Alice Rivers and Aemon unlock the secret of Aegon's dream within the dagger. What I'm thinking, it's like, you know in Star Wars, when you've got Luke and he's tinkering around with R2, and then all of a sudden you see the hologram of Princess Leia? Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. I think they're messing with the dagger, and then apparently there's a hologram of Aegon, the Conqueror. You know, probably filmed back in his days in Valyria. And he's like, hello, I'm Aegon the Conqueror. I'm here to tell you about my dream. No? Maybe? Whatever. Something like that. I'm sure. It's something like that. He's got a stupid crown on. Whatever. Okay. So they unlock the secret within the dagger. Daemon retreats to the Vale, where he is found by his daughter Rhaena, which is funny because like he doesn't really like the Vale because that's where his first wife was from, and you know he got rid of her. All right, so he finds his half-burnt daughter, and I guess they bond. I don't know. Does it say? In King's Landing, the shepherd begins preaching to the mob, turning them against the dragons. Okay, that actually occurs in Fire and Blood. Okay? It's really sad. All this selfishness, all this BS is a cautionary tale. Family fighting family, all these people dying, and who pays for it? The dragons. The dragons pay. Because I tell people, it's not a secret. There are no dragons at the beginning of A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones. I mean, there are, but they're in the East. That doesn't matter. And my point. Okay? It's a big deal that Daenerys hatches 3 eggs. And what are they? Fossilized. Okay? This is a cautionary tale. I know it's a... Hold on. It's a... As Chris said, A friends to enemies to lovers story is what it is, but not in Fire and Blood, but in House of the Dragon. That is what it is, sadly. But yeah, it's a Targaryen civil war. It's brutal, it's sad, and the dragons pay. So, the shepherd begins preaching to the mob, turning them against the dragons. Adam returns with news of Hugh's betrayal. Rhaenyra, paranoid, orders Adam to the black cells, which is sad because Adam's nice. Adam escapes before arrest, aided by Alan and Helena. Helena has a prophecy that Adam will be the hero of the Second Battle of Tumbleton. Okay. Massaria and Larys watch them plotting their next move. And I'm not kidding you. Like, that's it. Like, I think they're implying the last scene is going to be Massaria and Larys literally, like, plotting their next move, which is not an epic ending scene. I will say this. There have been rumors that they're already doing some reshoots, and Chris and I kind of had a theory that they're going to, like, release a trailer, and hell, maybe they did this on purpose, and then they're going to, like, see how people react, and then people are going to be like, that doesn't make any sense, and then they're going to go back and try to fix it, and then, I don't know, okay? All I know is very easily found. They're alleged leaks. Here's the thing. The pictures of them actually filming season 3, all the damn pictures I found line up with this. Like, there's a picture of Tylan, like, on a piece of wood floating. So, like, we know that happens. There's a picture that so many people were curious about because you got Daemon and what looks like Daeron, and it looks like they're, like, in a treaty position, and people are like, what is that? Is Daemon switching sides? No, he's getting fake Daeron. So, like, that one lined up. Yeah, true, KGB, that is correct. They're probably not going to fix anything. Ryan Condal is probably just going to double down. I mean, if you can be rude to the guy that created the characters that you're manipulating, I couldn't. I don't understand it. That's why I don't like him. So, But, like, probably the biggest thing from that is going to be Alicent Hightower on the small council. That's why, guys, there's, like, it's all over TikTok. There's all kind of people posting about it being fan fiction or whatever. And if you like it, that's fine. It's fine. Like it. You just have to understand that people that have been in the fandom for a while and have read this wonderful book, Fire and Blood, we were disgusted. I mean, at this point, we're just kind of laughing. So, best season ever. No? Thank you for the follow. Jesus. All right, so what do you think? A 2 out of 10? 1? 3 to be nice? I don't know at this point. Jessica says 0. Okay. Jessica says 0. All right. All right, we're going to do this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I knew y'all'd love that. All right, hold on. We've had a lot of religious people come in. All right. I need my peeps to tell me what they think. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
That's gross. It won't let me invite people like it used to. Oh, God. Jessica, see if it'll let you invite Chris up.
I just invited him.
Thank you. For whatever reason, it won't let me. All right. I want to give y'all a chance to say anything you'd like to say about what I just read, because I know y'all like it.
0.
Anybody got anything? All right, there we go. And fixed. Yay, I do think, don't run from the Lord. Does anybody know why we're getting so many religious people?
I don't know. But clearly he ran from you when you were born. Have a nice night.
I'm dead.
I mean, you were reading those plot descriptions, and I was saying, Jesus Christ.
I just don't understand. Oh, we have new flowers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't let my people sit up on 0. You know that.
Thank you.
I'm insane. I love y'all.
Okay, one follower. You know what?
I'm sorry, but we've never had this many people come in and talk about Jesus. I don't think.
Oh God.
What did I do?
Everybody coming in saying how God loves us. What a bunch of dicks.
That's not what I mean. I mean, we don't normally get that many. Yes, Lucius, we do talk about the gods. I'm just not used to that many people coming in specifically talking about Jesus. God does love us, yes. I'm just curious.
Oh
This is
God,
one
here
of
we
those
go.
things where, like, I don't know, if God loves us so much, He can come down and tell us. He doesn't have to tell all of them to come tell us. Like, He could speak to us himself.
Seriously.
Like, is He scared? What's the problem?
If
Did you
God
hear me
loves us,
say
why
that to the
doesn't he make
first
House of
one?
the
You
Dragon
good, Wayne.
better?
You're funny.
Chris, did you hear me say that to the first one?
Yeah.
I was like, why do you feel the need to speak for Jesus? I mean, like, isn't he supposed to tell us? Like, I don't know. You're following the path of the Night's Watch. I mean, that's very noble. It's a cold existence, though, man. Are you saying you're not going to go to Molestown, or you are?
Yeah.
I would. Look, it's a bleak life, man. It's cold. The night is dark and full of terrors. That is true. Okay. All right. There's that. Okay. I don't really know what to reply with that about.
In Molestown, the night is dark and full of terrors and prostitutes.
Yes.
And moles.
Yes.
That's why it's called Moles Town. They got all those moles.
That's why you swear the oath for the true Lord of the North? Which one? I'm just curious. All right, Wayne. I might know him. Grizzly loves prostitutes. Okay, good to know. We're gonna send him to Lise. He's gonna have a really good time. Are you saying that you know no king but the king in the north whose name is Stark? I got information for you if that's what you're saying. He was born in Winterfell. Was he? Are you talking about Rob? You better be talking about Rob.
Rob
If
wasn't
you're
born in Winterfell,
following
though.
Rob,
Rob was born in River Run.
there you go.
Yeah.
I would give credit to at least Rob, though. No, honey, Jon Snow was born in the Tower of Joy.
Yeah. He was born
Jon
in,
Snow was born in the
Dorne?
Tower of Joy.
Where was the Tower of Joy? Wasn't it in Dorne?
So you mean
Oh wait, I gotta say my line. Wait. Jon Snow died. He never came back. I'm sorry. I was supposed to came in. I'm sorry. Danny lives. Jon Snow is dead. I'm sorry. He's gone.
Jessica,
not
I
coming
recently
back.
explained to Jessica that if any snow bros come in, that the worst thing you could say that pisses them off is that Jon Snow's still dead and Daenerys isn't. They hate that. God, they hate it.
wanna bang a snowman?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he was born in Dorne, actually. And then, as Chris said, Rob was born in River Run. You can follow Rickon.
Or Bran.
I mean, or me.
He's really good at jousting in that wheelchair.
Oh God, Bran's just boring, man. I skipped over him. I can't.
No force alive can defeat Bran except stairs.
Oh God. What cracked me up though is like we were the only people, like, because you know when we were watching the finale and you hear the crows, and I was like, "There's Bran."
He's gonna go now.
Yeah, I've got to go now. I have heard that theory. Chris, have you?
Yes.
What do you think?
It's likely. I mean, the times do kind of like coincide really close together.
I wouldn't mind it. It wouldn't bother me. If Rob's Brandon's son, that wouldn't bother me at all. It'd kind of be cool.
Their stories parallel.
Yep.
They both get mad and ride south, and don't come back.
I don't think Ned would care.
No, he wouldn't care.
He'd probably be happy because he misses his brother. I'm more curious about what's his fart? Other brother. Benjen. What do we think about the theory of Aenys and Maegor being bastards? All right.
It could be true.
I mean, honestly, like, that's possible with, like, any character. There could always be something. I don't know what it would... Are you saying that as in, like, because of like, personality forming? Or just because it'd be, like, kind of crazy? Yeah. Look, sometimes it takes...
belly in their bellies?
Okay. My parents tried for 4 years to have me, so sometimes it takes a really long time to get something epic.
True, but there's like a difference between 4 years and 20.
True. I mean, either that or maybe there's some weird ass magic. That's the other theory.
Hell yeah.
Some fertility magic.
That's the theory with Maegor. That's why he couldn't conceive.
20 years is a lot of banging.
It is.
He was so.
Or who knows? They could have been taking moon tea and didn't want to bother with it. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Rainey's would take moon tea.
I don't remember.
The last time I remember was when my mom was there.
No, I went after that.
I mean, the thing is, like, most theories like that, it's like, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Yeah, the thing with Maegor is that one is more likely magic. Maegor could knock up anybody.
Damn.
The siege not strong. I don't know. What do you think, Christopher? Thank you. Who refused? Did he refuse the call?
Where you going?
What about you, Lord Manderley?
Where you going?
Your sons were butchered at the Red Wedding. Still you refuse the call. Okay, he refused the call. You just clicked? Welcome. Hello. Do you like dragons?
On my phone to say that, like,
Welcome in.
phone call.
The name didn't give it away?
Cool.
Ah.
I guess not. Or the chair. Usually it's the chair. That's why 80s was a sickly thing? Thank you, Oliver. I appreciate that.
No, he
That's
said
very high
anus. I think
compliment.
I think he keeps saying anus. Ugh.
Okay, because it sounds like anus, and some people do pronounce it like that. You're not
I hate to be
wrong.
named that. I probably would have been mad at my mom. She probably got fed to the dragons, named me after her butthole.
Anus, yeah. Well, funny enough, like George says, like you can pronounce the names any way you want. No way is wrong. So you can say anus if you want.
Oh, okay.
Anus Targaryen. I mean,
But was
it's
he?
not
But did he
wrong.
look like an anus? Is the question.
Some of them, yeah.
Damn.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them are not very nice. Peace and chicken. That's interesting.
Hmm. I
I
mean,
will
long as it's
say,
dogs.
I feel like we had a bit of like a random crowd.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
You can't believe John is gone. Show John. Are you still in mourning? Is he trying to sell us a phone?
If it ain't Apple, I don't want a bookie.
That's why he gave Maegor the Magnificent the Conqueror's Sword. Yeah, the JJ Targaryen. Yep. He was well known for his muff diving.
Oh my god.
Look, we have to have a sense of humor about things. If we don't, we lose it. I'm just glad I didn't giggle through half of that. Brie, what do you think? 10 out of 10, right? She does. She's not surprised. Just know that. Nothing I said surprised her. Did it? Did it?
I'm sorry. I'm like falling asleep. So sorry.
You're
You're
fine. You
wonderful.
weren't surprised though, were you?
Sure, yes, whatever you want.
Right. She was not. Nothing about House of the Dragon surprises Bree. Bree and I are on the same page on that. It's like, oh, okay. Like if you tell me that Alicent and Rhaenyra are gonna have sex on the back of Cyrax in a battle, I'm gonna be like, all right.
I'd believe it. I'd be like, sure, why not? Well, why
See, that's
not?
where
Why
we
not?
are. That's where we are.
Who ain't no
Well,
Maegor?
maybe they should do that. If that happens, though, just know you heard it here. You're sick of the hate on Maegor? Are you serious? I don't think I've had somebody in my chat being sad about Maegor for a while. Man, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. You know, just oh
He was a lover of women. He
yeah.
just wanted so many wives.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he was
was
a
a
hoe.
lover of women that didn't want to love him back.
He was
But,
a
you
hoe.
know,
Noted.
okay, look, all right, now nobody's going to disagree with you about the faith. That yes. We're with you on that. Like the forced marriage thing, I'm a little funny on, but I don't like the faith and you shouldn't arm the faith. We've seen. No. I'm not a fan of the seven. Oh, that was another thing I was going to bring up. God, I read it somewhere. I don't even remember where. No, Maycar's not the worst. There's supposed to be one person in the finale or in the battle. There's like somebody that's represented each of the seven. God, like, oh, fuck, I can't remember. Like, oh fuck, let me look. I should have took a screenshot.
Oh, like I can't remember. The lady who married Green Apple, being the mother, maybe.
Yes, and there was other ones too. I don't see a lot of hate for Visenya. But like maybe that's just like, you know, who I hang out with, I guess. I really don't.
I don't even know who Visenya is.
Visenya, okay, so Aegon the Conqueror had 2 sister wives. Visenya is one of them, and she flew on Vhagar.
So she was like the side chick.
No, he had 2 sister wives. They're equal.
Oh, so I don't see how they can be shit. They some good ones.
Targaryens can marry more than one person.
Ah.
Sigil should basically just be a pineapple.
Like supposedly they had sex less though.
Well, as long as they don't get in their eye.
No, I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. She looked like she could whip somebody's ass. Because they're saying like Steely Pate's the Smith, and then like I guess Makar would be the stranger, and then I hate it when I read something and I'm half asleep and then I can't remember what it is.
Is Arion the maiden?
Possibly. Because somebody asked me someone asked me if Dunk surviving is proof of the 7. And to me, I don't think we've ever had any proof that the 7 exists. So I'm saying no. Like it's chance. But like some people are trying to say that since it's the trial of 7 and he won, that he was chosen by the 7 to win. And that there were 7 people that represented the 7. I don't know, man. Like I don't particularly think that, but I thought it was kind of cool. Oh, because they were saying the crone is the lady that did the fortune telling.
There's 14 people in the fight, and only like 4 of them died.
Mm-hmm. Wait, this might be it.
So it's the 10.
I don't know. Look, it's a theory. I honestly, I don't think the 7 have any kind of magic or anything. I just don't. I mean, I guess they
the math
could.
checks out.
Huh?
I just don't think the math checks out because there's like 4 people that died out of 14.
It's just, I mean, I like theories and I think it's cool, but like, I don't know if I find it. If I find it, I'll post it. But I mean, it was a cool theory, and I like cool theories, and I like that the show people like it enough to come up with a theory. But like, Visenya was the main chick before she got replaced. What? I don't know about that. I don't. No. Why do you think that?
He married her out of duty. He married the other one out of love.
Dang.
But duty and then one out of love doesn't mean replacement though. It means the dragon has 3 heads.
3 heads.
I personally think he loved both of them very much. I really hope that they don't do some crap in the conquest and pit the wives against each other. Like I really hope not, because I don't think that's true either. There's no record of them disliking each other, so I don't think Visenya felt replaced.
Plus, she had other interests.
Yeah, Brie, and we've talked before that like there's the possibility that Visenya might even have been seeing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's happy.
I mean, you've got to realize that after what happens with Rhaenys, what they do to Dorne, they both loved her dearly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dragon's wrath, that entire thing. They decimated again and again and again because of Rhaenys. So I don't believe there's any animosity at all. You're not going to go that hard for somebody unless you loved them. Give me a break.
Mm-hmm.
True.
That's just my opinion. Who am I? It's not like I'm sitting on the throne. Yes. Okay, no, I agree with that. I want to see that because I believe Oris is his half brother. I think Oris's story is cool as hell. I really do. I love the fact that he covers her up and he is kind to her. It's a cool story. I like it. I don't want to give too much away. People need to read Fire and Blood. Oris seems like he was a nice guy.
Mm.
But where
And
can
thank
they
you,
get a
Jay.
copy?
Thank you very much. I very much look forward to the Conquest. Very much. I can't wait for all of it. I think it's gonna be really good. I really do. By the way, we're not gonna be Netflix, we're gonna be Paramount, just in case anybody didn't know.
We're gonna be Fire Stick.
Oh,
We'll be fine.
Wait, you say what? We're gonna be what?
I don't think it's bad. I don't think Paramount's bad. Some people are freaking out about it though. I'm not. I mean, I don't know if I have it in me to freak out, to be honest with you. I mean, we've been like hanging out in the doom of Valyria for this entire time. Like, what are we gonna do? Like,
But Lydia.
is it gonna blow up again? I mean, like we just sit on like shaky ground. Like, I don't know. I'm just happy we got Night of the Seven Kingdoms and it's good. And the thing is, it did well. It made money. So if that happens, and then they come out with whatever House the Dragon is, and it's like, then maybe they'll understand. Oh God, I do not believe Paramount's going to be more Faith of the Seventh Century. No. God, no. And I am not getting into that argument at all. I'm not touching that. I know exactly where you're going with that, and I'm not falling for it. Nope. On that note, thank you all for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Jess, are you doing something tomorrow?
Possibly.
All right, Jessica might be going live tomorrow. If she does, it'll be on my story, and I will be. You'll get a notification because I will be there. We will be there. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, KGB. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me ramble for a long period of time. Thank you for the follows and everything. I appreciate you. I hope you had a good time, and I will possibly see you tomorrow. If not, then I don't know, just follow all of us because we're very entertaining. Oh, God. All right. Not the Aegon the Fifth's wife's like, all right, that's getting a little too specific. All right. And apparently Jesus loves everyone. Worship the seven if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just, or be like KGB and just worship women in brothels. It's whatever you want. Okay? Nice women in brothels, though. Okay?